Hell, you hear me? What's the word? Can I be heard? I heard you call my name. This ain't no game.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. My Jesus piece. It's live. It's actually live right now. Be right with y'all, family. Be right with y'all.
Nicholas.
Peace. What's up, family? What's going on?
Yeah.
All right, we up in here. BA, what's up? Your microphone say something else?
I ain't say nothing at all.
Who said what's up? Oh, that was Ricardo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He said no. He sounded far away. I think he is far away. Okay.
The nigga is far away.
He said, what's going on, family? How y'all feeling? This is Conscious Heads back at you. We missed last week, but we right back at it. This week. We got a good one for you, and fastly becoming your number one barbershop podcast. On the internet, through Facebook, through YouTube. We up in here. I'm Jabari. This is Conscious Heads. I'm the master barber, Jabari. So, Conscious Heads, we say we take care of your head inside and out, so when you come and get a fresh, funky, fresh cut, hopefully we can get you some information, some knowledge, some information, for inspiration, for the purpose of elevation. Yeah, I got bars today. But,
no, you said funky fresh. We're not just gonna let you skip over funky fresh.
Funky, man, come on, man.
You got old bars, yo.
Sorry, but they bars nevertheless.
That's true. That's true.
But that's what we do. This year we would have been here, at Conscious Heads at the location for 24 years that we've been in business, with our ministries doing the things that we actually been doing. We have a very diverse panel. The brothers that work here at the shop on the top floor. We got the brother BA that's with us. The Black Avenger, the superhero guy. That's what he called himself. We got Kenny KC Cut, the guy who if you come in the shop
argues with everybody.
Yeah, anybody can get it. I'm talking about, man, elders, children. I don't care who you is. You out there. He don't care. He don't care who out there.
Special needs.
Special needs. He don't care, man. You do something.
Y'all are terrible. Who needs enemies with friends like you guys?
KC, that's the one who when you come in there, he got his face on the cape. He got a big picture of his face on the cape. So y'all should know that. You come in the shop look for the guy with the big face on the cape.
All right. Okay.
Okay. You got my man Ricardo in the building. What's going on, Ricardo?
Ain't too much.
All right. So we're gonna jump into how y'all how the week going so far. I know it's just Monday, but how the week starting off for you?
Monday's always slow. I gotta plug my computer up.
Oh, all right. What was y'all in the shop today?
I was in there to work though. I mean, I was working on some other stuff like the floor and some other, little wiping down and stuff like that.
I saw a BA in there today.
Yeah, yo, what? The dude had an ear. He was missing an ear earlier.
Who? He was
Yeah.
What?
He was.
What y'all talking about right now?
He was a burn unit victim. You know, he got burnt.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why he was missing an ear. So
Yeah.
yeah, basically that was one of those cuts where you gotta go back to the drawing board, take your time, make sure you know
Yeah.
every stroke is paused, every stroke is like just make sure you ain't clipping no extra skin or nothing like that. It was with people like that, you really gotta take your time.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. First thing I wanted to talk about, just to go through to talk about the NBA. The NBA, what's going on there? Now, look, I just started watching the NBA playoffs just now, just the other day. But I
No,
do know
you
one
just
thing.
started watching basketball. Period. You can say that. It's okay.
No, I did. I used to go to high school games and stuff, bro. And I used to play out there. You know what I'm saying? And I used to play out there on them courts. I did used to play. I wasn't good. I wasn't that good. I wasn't that good. Let me tell you this though. But we gave people the blues. Me and my man, brother Sunyata used to be out there. My man Sunyata was nice with it. So we used to go out there, you know what I'm saying? We could talk trash. I could talk people out of their game.
On the 5 positions on the basketball court, where do you fit in best, Jabari?
On the bench, right next to you.
Hey, yo, I was a starting power
Bench not a
forward
position,
when I
bro.
was 12. Yo, I was a starting. When I was 12, I was a starting power forward. Yo, you can't take it from me, BA.
No, your father should have took it away from you. That's what your father should have did. That's all live. That's all wax. You can let him see this.
All right, yo, moving on, yo. I don't want to talk about this no more with him, yo.
Was you nice though, Kenny? Was you nice?
I averaged somewhere between 8 and 10 points and about 5 rebounds a game. I played power forward.
I mean,
players, I was terrible.
Who does that, yo?
You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. That's all my basketball career that I got, yo. It's hard to forget it when it was so short, yo. That's all I got to live on, yo.
Well, I tell you what, Carter, you ain't never hoop, right?
No. I mean, I tried to hoop up city when I was going up there, but they gave me the Band-Aid.
you playing basketball like football, yo.
For the younger audience who don't know what it's like to be cut, you need to explain what a Band-Aid is, yo.
I got cut.
Thank you. Go. That's for the younger people.
They told me I wasn't good enough, that I should seek out other things to do.
Maybe like the chess club or the marble team. The marble team.
I actually wrestled. I started wrestling after that.
Oh, all right. BA, you only play football, right?
That's correct.
Okay. How was you with the football, man?
Oh, I was very nice getting the water for the other teammates. I was very nice to that.
I don't want to laugh at that.
It is what it is, man. That's why we get a shop. That's clearly none of our athletic dreams panned out. So
very true, yo. Very true, yo. None of our athletic dreams made it, yo. Very true.
Hey, but I tell you what, though, about the NBA, one thing I do know, my man LeBron and them won that game the other day. Now I watched that, and they're gonna take it tonight also.
I don't care. I'm sad because Kevin Durant is going home, yo. Kevin, that's all I know. Kevin Durant has got sent home, and I'm sad about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him in a few seconds. We're gonna talk about Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant, he deserved to go home. And be honest, you know, man, we're gonna actually go into that a little bit
because of his haircut.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, man. We're gonna talk about that.
And LeBron, he need to go home too.
Oh Lord, y'all done got Cardo started.
Hey, he ain't going home, Cardo, today. I'm trying to tell you, man. Watch out for the comeback.
He out of here, man. It's just he just buying his time, man.
Yeah, watch out for the comeback. They're not making it to game 7, yo. They going home by game 7.
They're gonna get the Great White Hope up out of there, fam. The Great White Hope is up out of there, man.
All right, I'm gonna let you have your hope, Jabari.
What's going on, family? Family in the chat joining us. You know what I mean? Joining in.
Evening.
So just real quick. Look, now I ain't got the clearest pictures in the world. So look, we say we take care of your head inside and out. And while I'm watching these games, I see the worst haircuts that I ever seen in my life, man. I mean, honestly, it's disrespectful to a barber. It's like, man, all these guys making a little bit of money, making a little bit of change, and you ain't got you can't hire a barber. So we need to start looking at celebrity status, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't want to be be highly critical, but it's just some of these cuts, man. It's just crazy. I don't even know. You can tell me who these people are. You know what I'm saying? Who's this guy right here? The light is in his face.
It's Jason Tatum.
No, that's not Tatum. That's not Tatum.
Not Tatum.
That's
not Tatum.
No, that's the guy
Tyrese
from
Halliburton.
okay, that's okay. Now I'm just looking, you know what I mean, just looking here at his look at this, look at the shape of
that blend. Look at the blend.
The blend is what I'm looking at.
Immediately.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even that's not even a blend, that's a spray. See that spray, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's going on right now? There's a lot of less fading going on and a lot of spraying going on. And you see that's spraying coming off. That's a spray coming off. So
Yeah.
what y'all think about this?
Atrocious, yo. That's that's what I think. It's terrible. It's terrible. And like you said on the last live, get your blend skills up first before you start spraying.
All right,
I wonder how much he paid for.
Man, probably a lot with he probably went to one of them young boys. They probably charged him like $100, $150. They call it some celebrity barbers, sprayed his blend on,
Now,
But
Doc Rivers, yo.
I showed Doc because then Doc got a sharp cut, like he got some sharp lines and stuff. But if you see him like during the game, I tried to catch him right. He got the dark joint going right there, right in the front, like somebody sprayed just right there.
Sprayed just a little bit too much, yeah.
Glenn lost his hairline 7 years ago. He has been doing the spray painting before people even knew about it.
Yeah, he was.
His hairline been gone.
Yeah, he sweated off every game. The new line.
Let me see.
I don't know who that is.
Now that's BA know who that is. That's a dude from Indiana. Was Indiana?
It looked like Indiana jersey, yeah.
He ain't no superstar or nothing.
He ain't no, yeah.
He was out there. I mean, look at the. I mean, there's no blend. I was trying to catch him with his head up, but there's no blend. It's just we used to call that a bowl. That's what it is. It's no blend at all. It's just somebody took some clippers, look like they took like a 5-aught and just put the line
Some of these guys might be doing it themselves, thinking they gonna save money and they know how to cut hair, and some of these guys might be doing it to themselves, yo.
I don't think so, bro.
They go out their way to look ridiculous though. So if you look at the clothes they wear, I mean, why not expect the hair to be just as jacked up?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, so far as I know, with black men, even look at young black men. I mean, they keep their hair fresh. People can't even afford it, paying $50-$60 for their children to get their hair cut to be fresh now.
Yeah, that's true.
So his name is Ben Shepherd.
Oh, okay, all right.
No clue who that is.
Yeah, he was out there the other day. Then you got your man. Now this right here.
Oh Lord.
No. Listen. Because my mom told me, man, not to pick and make fun at people. You know me in general. But let me say this. The only reason why I'm doing this is because this guy's a multi-millionaire. And he been hurting barbers for a long time, man. I mean, seriously, man. Like when I watch the game, I'm stressed out, seriously, because you know why? Because I know that you can cure this problem real fast. He can go to Walmart, bro. Get some $29.99 clippers and just close the guard and just take it all the way down.
Take it all the way down.
He can even go maybe with a number one against the grain all over and take that off, bro. It's no ridiculous for him to be walking around like a senior citizen out there on the basketball court, bro. Y'all know this guy look like, huh?
And that's why he loses.
He deserved to go home. He deserved to go home. He deserved to go home.
Yo, with your head looking like that, you deserve to go home, yo.
He definitely deserved to go home.
Go home and brush your head, Kevin.
Yeah. You know what? That was less torture for barbers, man, because he's been torturing us for years, man.
He's been torturing our eyes, yo.
I think part of his goal is, you know what I'm saying, he was hurt by barbers, you know what I mean, as he was coming up, and he tortures barbers. He tortures barbers when the season come. he set out to torture us. I think that's what's going on out there, man. Because I'm serious. Every time I watch him, he messed my day up, man. Although he's a great barber, I mean a great ball player, but he messed my day up. I'm serious, man. I can't take my eyes off his head.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's bad.
This guy's not homeless, man. This guy's not homeless.
He's got like over $100 million and his head look like that. I mean, I guess he want to prove a point that he can still get women with his head looking like that. I don't know, but
yeah, well, that man is almost a billionaire.
Yeah, yo, he don't care.
Yeah, put it in a little bit more perspective. He's almost a billionaire.
He knows the whole internet is making fun of him about the way his hair look, and he don't care.
Somebody say he even did it even when he was young, man. Like I don't know. Yeah, somebody need to talk to him, man. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, I had to talk about that brother. I mean, seemed like a really nice guy, good brother, but he got to stop doing this to barbers, man. He got to stop doing this stuff, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So hey, just going into a little bit of discipline, give it up to like I said, my man BA and Ricardo for finishing the 75 hard challenge. Again, for those who don't know, who just joining in, brothers, tell them what the 75 hard challenge is.
The 75 hard challenge is not a diet. It is a mental toughness program. Dan, what's up with that?
No, that was showing the fat, Ricardo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
That's
program, man.
Hey, yo.
And it consists of a few tasks that you must complete every day, or you have to start the program over. The task consists of 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes apiece, at least. One of them got to be outside, no matter the weather. You got to drink a gallon of water every day. You got to read 10 pages of a self-help or personal development book. You got to take a progress picture every day, too. The reason why they put emphasis on it, because they say what's easy to do is easy not to do. So a lot of times something as simple as taking a picture will get overlooked. And you can't drink alcohol, and you got to find a diet and stick to it and no cheat meals. 75 days straight. I lost about 32 pounds in the process. My last day was Friday. I took Saturday off. I was back on it Sunday. 75 days, you get addicted to the discipline. I think BA will confirm that. It become a part of you after that. They say a habit is made in like 21 days or something like that, but a lot of people are starting to push back on that, saying you need at least 60 to 100 days to really solidify a habit, especially something that's when you're pushing yourself to do something hard. And, yeah. BA, you got something?
So to follow along with that, I probably lost about 30, a little over 30 myself. As soon as I stopped, I've been out for probably close to about 2 weeks now, and it's still in you. Like, it doesn't stop. Like the ability to take advantage of dead time is still there. So you just find yourself like, yo, I haven't done anything, so let me do something. Let me go walk. Let me do this. Let me do that. So the ability to stay active is I think one of the most important things of this is, yeah, the weight loss is great. That's what everybody goes to. That's the glamour part of it, I guess. But
yeah, it's really a byproduct.
It's a byproduct, yes. So it's really just, for me, it's just taking advantage of time. We really waste time throughout our days. Those those is not truly busy, like truly busy, like the Andrew Tates of the world that's like doing something all the time. For the average person, we really have a lot of dead time, and we need to take way more advantage of that. So, yeah, that's what to me that's what I got from it.
Yeah, it definitely exposes how much we bullshit ourselves, and it, like I always say, since I've been doing, my tolerance for excuses is like lower now because of that. because I'm kind of like robbing myself of excuses because during those 75 days, of course, life gonna happen to you. My mom had surgery. She had a hip replacement. I had to help her out. Still managed to get my task in. Had a death in the family. Wound up going to a funeral. Still managed to get my task in, and a whole bunch of other things. Spending time with family and all that. Even BA, he even talked about how like he had a kids party and he getting his minutes in. So it's
Yeah, we was
definitely
at a restaurant and I just walked around. I knew we had time because it was a party of like over 15 of us. So I was like, they're gonna be a minute. So that whole time I was just pacing, holding my daughter, and the food came out. I had 5 minutes to go, so my 45 minutes was done. So just take advantage of time, man. Take advantage of opportunities. And it's not about losing weight. You can gain weight. We got people on this panel that's thin as a damn toothpick that can definitely use some extra pounds. You know what I'm saying? We got other people that challenges that had the audacity, the nerve, the mitigated gall to try to challenge me to a weight loss, and he's extremely failing at that. You can see by his face. You can see his face is chunky right now. How dare he approach me in such a manner? But he chose to, so he could take advantage of it too. So it's equal opportunity. Anybody can do it, but when you challenge me, anybody can get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take that.
Shots fired.
Best believe I'm coming back. And I am inspired by both of y'all brothers because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna give you your props. I watch you thin out. You know what I mean? Watch you get in shape. You know what I mean? You and Ricardo. So it's very inspirational. Definitely. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give y'all props.
Very inspirational.
I'm definitely coming back for you, bro. I'm gonna let you get it off. Get your little thing off right now. It's all good. You know what I mean? But all right, I got you. I'm coming for you. Best believe that.
You're gonna fail, and you're telling whoever watches this is going to be a witness.
They're gonna be a witness. I'm telling you because I'm telling you, it's about. I'm telling you, bro.
It's not a good look.
It's telling you, okay. It's gonna be a good look when y'all see me. When y'all see your boy scalp out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When y'all see me, that's what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna give y'all props, though, man.
Play on you. That's what we're gonna do.
Give me your props. Hey, look. This right here is a real life situation in the barbershop right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pay. This is real life right here.
Trying to get a haircut. I'm trying to get lined up. You need an appointment to get in here. Everywhere I go, people keep talking about they need appointments, man. People can't just walk in the barbershop no more.
Can y'all hear that?
Can they get me?
What kind of cut you trying to get? Like you want a full head? You just want to shape up, or you want a regular haircut?
Nah, just a shape up. Just tap the line. That's it. Tap the line. Get me straightened out here. That's it. That's all. And then cut the sides down. Cut the sides down just a little bit. You know what I mean? And taper out the back. Make the sides make them close and bald.
Said make them close and bald. Well, if I do that, that's a haircut. Anytime if I cut hair at all, that's a haircut. That's more than a shape up. So do you want just a shape up, or do you want to regularize different prices with that?
I ain't really know that. I ain't really know. I don't want much. I do want the sides down. So yeah.
Yeah, if you want a haircut, I don't really have time to get you with the haircut. I can give you a shape up, but you know what I mean. So what you want to do?
I just take the line. I mean, you ain't got time though to just take it down a little bit, because I like my sides down on the side. But I like my sides down. I take the shape up.
Hey, yo, that was good, Jabari. Yo, that was good, yo. That was good, Joe. Yeah, man, that hand.
Hey, look,
no hand clap.
It's a real life situation, though. Y'all know people come in there like that in the barbershop. I was actually marking somebody that just had recently came in there and did the same thing. Did the same thing, you know what I mean? But that's just real life, man.
You took time out your day.
I did, man.
To come up with this low grade, childlike production. That all of our children can do a better job at.
Value to the show, yo. He trying to add value.
I'm trying.
No,
trying to take,
I'm not
I'm trying to
co-signing
take
this
you somewhere,
value.
bro.
He has lowered the value of this show by just now. It took at least 5 steps back.
Come on, bro. You gotta
Hey,
stop being.
Cardo, any word, yo? What you got to say down there at the bottom of the screen? What's up?
Good acting, baby.
Got nothing, man.
It's good acting, bro. It's good acting, bro. You know what I mean?
You literally run a barber blueprint. You should have just got a mannequin
Oh.
or one of the students, yo. What the hell was that?
Oh,
It's great acting. That's what it was, man.
it was improv, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, you on that Wayne Brady, bro?
That
you know
was
what I'm
no
saying?
Wayne Brady.
Like, you know what I mean?
That was no Wayne Brady. Absolutely
Hey, plus
not.
you know I'm on the spectrum of autism too.
Oh Lord, here you go.
You know I'm on the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord, self-diagnosed.
Yeah. Self-diagnosed,
okay,
but you know what I mean? No doubt. But I'm on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the spectrum. So
you get people with autism a bad name from that production.
All right. Let's go. All right. So look, y'all know what the main topic today. Let's go ahead and jump in there. Let me see. We got my man Simbi waiting in the back room. So talking about, you know what I mean, do men and women know their roles in relationships? And we had a hot heated debate yesterday on the show that we had with on the temple. And you know, we talked about accountability there yesterday. We talked about accountability of Amanda Seals. We talked about all the women favorite man in the world, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Umar Johnson, and some men. You know, we talked about Dr. Umar and had a great show, had a great flow. We did have Brother Senby in there. He had some great exchanges yesterday. And you know, asked him to join in with the Real Barbershop Conversations, like you said. And so, family, look, you know, we started off. We talked about a little bit of sports. We talked about some discipline. We had a little, you know, some little, you know, joking back and forth. This is the life, and this is a day in life in the barbershop. This is what we do. You know, sometimes we laugh and joke. Sometimes we crack on each other, but then we get serious and we talk about some real life conversations at the same time. So we mix it up, but you ain't gonna never catch us just talking about no straight bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We don't just talk about just, you know what I mean, like, yo, down the club, and you know what I mean, what's your name, got the you know what I mean, like we really we try to like have fun. We try to keep it as conscious as we possibly can. And I know all of us in the shop, we try to bring something to each other, to one another, you know, that's actually helpful to one another. You know, and you know, this crew, you know, I'm glad to have this crew upstairs and downstairs. You know, they're a blessing, you know, to have, because these brothers, they hold it down, man. They hold it down. You know, I mean, I can remember when even mom was in the hospital for over 100 days, man. These guys, man, they held it down. They held it down in the shop. You know what I mean? And Brother Ricardo, since he been there, you know what I mean, been nothing but, you know, help, you know, two conscious heads. You know what I mean, just helping in every way possible. So I really appreciate these brothers on the real. And but you know what I mean, so we're gonna get into a little more serious topic. Like I said, talk about, it's always serious when you're talking about black men and female, because we know that there's a deliberate, you know, attempt, you know what I'm saying, for men and women not to be together. We know that there's an attempt for people to break apart the black family in general. You know, the black family right now is suffering in our community, and we got to talk about it. Not only talk about it, but be involved in things that's going to actually to help to make a change in our communities. So when we say be involved, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, and some disagree. I mean, rather that's the church, the mosque, you know what I'm saying, the synagogue, whatever it may be, you know, traditional African religions, organizations, or whatever it may be, that's going to help to get you and your family, whatever, to where you need to be in order to have some discipline, so that we can push forward and try to solve the situation. Like I said, we blame it on the system. It is, you know, dead prayers would say, we blame it on the system, but it is our problem. And we do have to figure out how to solve this problem between black men and black women. So with that being said, you know, we're going to jump it off. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring to the panel today. Let me see. I don't even know if he's in. Let me see. Where is he? I'm gonna add him to the stage, but let me see. Is he? Brother Simbi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Before I turn my camera on, I want
you better be wearing no hats.
Oh, huh? What?
I said, please don't be wearing none of them hats, man.
Before I turn my camera on, I just want y'all brothers to know that I'm prepared for y'all to roast my haircut. Y'all done made me nervous the way all y'all professional barbers is critiquing everybody's haircut. So I'm supposed to just come on this camera and feel comfortable when I don't have a haircut.
Well, then put your head on, yo.
yeah. I'm sorry, man. Like we, man, we barbers and like I said, and we ain't mean spirited with it, but it's just some stuff is just too much though, bro. So when we see stuff, it's just certain things, man. As a barber, you cue in on everything. Wherever you at the market, wherever you at a restaurant, you just can't help but to look at somebody's head like, man, that's a nice cut. Damn, that's tight. Or look at.
I mean, Kevin Durant, his peas, it's kind of annoying. Them peas is tight, man.
There you go. See,
it's ridiculous.
The peas are annoying, man.
Yeah.
No, it is annoying watching that haircut,
And we wouldn't say nothing if we knew that the brother didn't have money. I mean, he got enough money to keep his hair cut every single day, bro.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So at this point, it's just he rebelling.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, bro.
I'm telling you, some barber must have charged him a lot of money, and he was like,
Yeah.
"I'll show them."
Yeah. He's like, I hate barbers. I never pay another barber in my life to cut my hair.
Barber took his girl or something like that. It's got to be something to that level.
Yeah,
maybe he's just proud of his African heritage, and he represents.
That ain't even African heritage, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's not like he locking up. I can see if he was like locking up or something like that. It's not even locked. He like, yo, I'm gonna keep it here. It's gonna be nappy, and I'm gonna look like an old man.
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
See, I know. Sometimes I line myself up. See, I know y'all can, see the unbalance, but that's just the way my hair is receding now. But I know I attempt to line myself up sometime, and Jabari, he feels like he wants to critique because sometimes one side is more sharp than the other side, but my clippers is kind of unbalanced, because I gotta do both sides with the right hand because my left hand is not as good. But I usually just cut it all off, but I ain't get to that yet.
Why don't you just come to the shop, Simbi?
Well, I mean, because I'm cheap.
Honest. That was honest.
I'm just trying to save money by cutting my hair every week or every other week or whatever.
Fair.
Hey, Jabbar.
Yes, sir.
If I send you a picture, can you upload it to the joint?
You gotta email it to me. I'll text you my email. I'm texting my email.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
No, it's about KD.
Oh, good.
It's about KD.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate y'all brothers for completing that 75 hard. I heard about, brothers doing. I know a few brothers who did that. I never did it though, but I know that all the brothers that I know that did it all got good results. That's hard, man. Doing that and carrying out that list for 75 straight days. Yeah, that's very challenging, man. But I know it'll bring something out of your character. Something really powerful.
Props to you guys.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. And Kenny, you sound far away. Because I guess you are far away, as you said when we called earlier.
There we go. Okay. All
right. Okay.
Better?
Yeah.
Better?
So look, let's start off by saying, like, when we talk about this topic, what is the role of a man? What's the role of a man in a relationship, or in his family, should I say? We can start off with you, brother BA.
Knowing I was just about to say something.
Go ahead. Start Ricardo then, man.
All right, I go.
Dang.
In a traditional sense, the role of a man is protection, provision. I would even say nurturing to a degree, as far as nurturing a boy into manhood. It's
Did he stop? He freezes him?
You freeze up? Cardo might have froze.
He blinking.
Oh, Cardo.
Yeah.
Yo,
I ain't hitting up.
we ain't hear the end of
Oh
that.
no, you was in the middle and then
Oh yeah, because it looked like it stopped, so I stopped talking.
okay.
Oh,
Nah, niggas was just listening, brother.
I ain't see nobody move out like that. Did it freeze up? But no, in a traditional sense, man. Obviously, like I said, protecting, providing. I think setting example as far as leadership, being a good leader of yourself to be trusted. You know what I mean? You got to have a sense of integrity, being a man of your word. It's a whole lot of other things that I could probably think of. I just can't go off top right now. But yeah, in the traditional sense, those are some of the things that's expected of a man.
Okay. What about you, Casey?
Pretty much the same. Protect, provide, guide the members of the home, advise. I say definitely counsel with your spouse to try to make the best decisions possible. Fathers most of the time got to take on most of the discipline. That's an area that I believe fathers should make sure is not overlooked and not overly stressed. Bring a balance to the discipline, I say. What else could I say? Something short. That's about it. I think I covered, structure everything, bring order to everything in the house, Yeah, that's all I got for right now.
Okay. What about you, Simbi?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what has been said, It's like I don't see, manhood as a role, but it's several roles, several things that we do, providing, protecting, like was said, setting up the structure, setting up the accountability systems, and it's being creatively, raising your children, things I used to do. I used to make games out of getting them to do chores. We had our children playing games and competing against each other to see who could do the most work around the house. It was working like a charm until they caught on and got older and smart enough. Them fake money, So, yeah, partnering up with the mother or the wife or whatever, partner up and running that household, structuring and planning out the life, bringing forth the spiritual insight and guidance, like that was already said, plugging the children in and the family into a collective purpose and reinforcing or reiterating what the collective purpose is, trying to keep everybody on the same page, and, it's a responsibility to, always be growing and developing oneself as a man. You ain't got to be perfect, but have the intention on perfecting the art and science of manhood. I see manhood as an art and a science, So yeah, I mean, we could talk for hours about, the different contributions that we can make as men, but the most important thing is just constantly showing up and being present, showing up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Our role is not diminished to just providing money, although that's very significant. But sometimes if we identify everything around that role, then I think that's putting too much of a limitation on what we're supposed to contribute as men. Because then if a brother is not financially where he feels he should be, he may start to feel as, devalued You know, he may use that as a reason to not show up. You know, because we some of us experienced it, or some of us have heard stories of, you know, fathers who have not been there. You know, and there's various different reasons. But sometimes it's about, you know, that father feeling ashamed because he wasn't able to contribute financially the way society says that he should. And so he decided, well, that shame is not going to, you know, he's going to not show up at all. When we found out that the children, most importantly, needed his presence in their lives, you know. So yeah.
All right, VA.
So I think you know, everyone says provide and protect, so that's definitely two, hands down. And I like to add two more for me personally is practice and praise. So practice, praise, and push. There's three of them. Push is pushing your family, pushing yourself to do more, that kind of thing. Take on new tasks. Don't be idle. So that will be pushing everybody forward. If your children are into certain activities, push them, because they're going to need push. They're going to need someone to back them and then push them to be better than what they are. Same thing for your spouse, for your wife, for your partner, to push them to be better than what they are. So pushing is big for me. Praise is clearly the spiritual side of everything. Whether it's religion, whatever practice that you had, whatever that you are falling in line with, is very important. So whatever God that you believe in, whatever the case may be, you let that lead, and then you praise that. You keep that in the confines of your family, so you can use that as a beacon for your for your people. And practice what you're doing. It's like practice is like self accountability. I know we're probably going to talk about accountability some kind of way, but accountability for yourself. If you hold yourself accountable, then no one else says, whenever you say to everybody else, well, you have led with that. I am self accountable. I do practice what I preach, so I expect you to do the same thing as well. So those would be my cornerstones for myself.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All good, all good, all good. So we talked
Barry,
about.
what about you, sir?
I mean, man, y'all done said it all. You know what I mean? Provide food, clothing, and shelter. The backbone of, you know what I'm saying, so far as when it comes to, you know, the discipline, you know, the sword of the house. Sometimes looked at as the so-called bad person, you know what I mean, good cop, bad cop, you know what I mean, the bad cop of of the house, but the one that, you know, protects, the one that had to, you know what I mean, that has to step up and do some of the stuff that everybody else don't want to do. Get up the dead rat, you know, get up the dead, you know, take the dog out, you know, and, you know, a lot of times, you know, children and, you know, even women, let's be real, you know what I'm saying? Some of the toughest women in the world I watch, you know what I mean, man, who you talking to? I do such. They see a dead mouse on that floor. They go, you know, a dead mouse. Yeah, even a little tiny bug.
Now they can't do nothing no more.
Yeah, even a little tiny bug on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, we there to do, you know, a lot of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And you know, so yeah, man. You know, just in a nutshell, y'all just said some real good stuff. What is the duties of a woman that y'all feel in a relationship? You know, we can start back with Ricardo.
Duties of a woman,
In a relationship, yeah, with the family or what?
in the sense of a family, more of the nurturer. She provides in her own way as well. Maybe not the same, or maybe on the same level as the man. Um, to me, I think she brings the balance of what the man isn't. You know.
Okay. KC.
I would say basically, the man got to have his purpose right first, and then the man will establish, like, look, this is the purpose for this house and this family that we building, and then the woman will come in and basically, in order to keep the harmony in the home, she'd have to come in and help that man fulfill that purpose that he's working to get the whole house under. That makes sense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Be,
Okay. Okay.
to be a good assistance into, like, if the man says, you know, I like to make this is just a small example. If the man says, I would like to make this $1 million family, right? If she's gonna marry, if I say that to a woman that I'm looking to marry and then I marry her, she should be coming in knowing that she is helping a man get to whatever that purpose is that he said before we got married. You see what I'm saying? So she is to be a good help to the man, a good help to her husband, and he's gonna need a lot of help to accomplish these goals while having a family. So, you know, that's what I would say the woman's job is.
Definitely. Hey, Simbi, did you make your post public? I put this on your page too. Now you got to go there, I think, and make it public. When you go to your to your page, you just click on there and it said edit privacy. It's probably not on public.
What are you talking about? The live right now?
Yeah, the live right now, because I put it on your page too, but it may not be public.
I see it. It say public.
It do say public?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Most of the time I had to go in. I just remember to click mine there. All right. Who's that? Simbi.
Oh, okay. So the role of the woman.
It may not be public.
Support. I mean, I agree with what has been said thus far. You know, support her husband, support the mission of the family, support the purpose, nurture the children, love, be there. We know that, the woman's the first teacher, being that children come from the womb and they start impressing upon them while they're in the womb, actually. But it's like the main one word sums it up for me is cooperate. Okay. And so it's like, understanding who she's with, who she's married to, or who she has children for or children with, and understanding that man, growing to learn and understand who he is, what makes him tick. But to me that goes both ways. The man and the woman need to study each other, become students of one another, so that they can learn about one another. Like I said, it's an art and science to womanhood, just like it is to manhood. The womb or the woman is a reality generator. And when the man plants his physical seed in her, we know that she gives birth to the child. She grows the seed within her and gives birth to the child. But she also has that ability spiritually to nurture his ideas into existence, to help support him, to encourage him, and to help carry out the mission. And also she can, nurture his ideas within her spirit, and then start to help to attract the energy and support that he needs on an energetic and spiritual level.
No doubt. BA.
So I think the role of a woman in a relationship is to provide balance, right, to whatever their partner is bringing to the table. Their ideally is to balance them out some kind of way, to create that yin and yang, that perfect unison, right? So if the husband is doing A, B, and C, then they need to fill in, right? So if the house is built, then they have to take care of the inside of the house, right, to make sure everything's going smoothly in them. So their job is so really important, because while the man is out, and it is what it is. If the man is out in front taking on the shrapnel and the bullets and everything else that comes in towards your household, then they are the ones protecting the kids, protecting to nurture, to build upstanding community, right? They're the ones that actually are in charge of that, while we're the ones that's going out in front, right? Um, Case in point, for an example, like the Black Panther Party, right? Like you had the soldiers out in front, but they was the ones that was doing the feeding the children and all that. So they was literally building a community behind the leadership of the men, right? They were the ones that was putting in the time, putting in the work. You put in all that time, you put in all that work. So that's why I said they provide a beautiful balance. So like the other brothers were saying, being cooperative and things like that. It's just whatever it is. It's just helping creating and solidifying the balance. The stronger you are, the less teetering you do, the more balanced you are, the more successful you're going to be as a couple as a whole. So that's what I think.
Okay. Yeah, and I think y'all said a lot of good stuff. The nurturer. A lot of times, she makes, she nurtures the family, make sure that everybody's at ease. A lot of times, when the children get sick and different things, they don't want, or anybody, they the ones to make sure that everything is okay. That they try to nurse you back to health. All those different things. So it's the key nurturer. But I say this, sometimes it's not an absolute of everything, what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people know the wife to cook, to do certain things and all. And sometimes the roles are reversed, like, in my house, like, like 80% of the time I'm the cook in my house, like I cook the most, most of the meals and different things. So, and I don't have a problem with that because I like to cook, but and then and so that's just one of the things, but it depends on what works, so now,
Brother, I have a question.
okay, go ahead.
Do you eat 80% of the meals too?
Oh, oh,
I'm sorry, you set yourself up for that.
okay, oh,
Hey,
okay,
yo, random shot. Yo, random. I
oh,
wasn't expecting that one, yo.
yeah. Yeah, that was
You fit right in the barbershop, Simby. You'd fit right in, yo.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, all right. Now just know that no shot, every shot that's taken, just know that that is low. Everybody pay for every shot that they get.
Everybody pays,
Yeah,
Simby.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. I
yeah,
got something coming. I got something
yeah,
coming.
just know,
The
just know.
barbershop and escape without a shot.
Barbershop is petty. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, all right, I owe him 3 shots.
Your
Okay.
boy, just remember you owe him one tonight.
Oh,
You know,
you
you owe him a
you
shot
already know
tonight.
how that. You already know that's go. You already know. Yeah,
Yeah.
you already know. But yeah, you know what I mean. So I think that even in relationships, for relationships to work, it depends on a system that you would be in. Like I said, like I was saying before, it's like if you were Hebrew Israelite or whatever, what I mean, that you would be abiding by those rules of the Hebrew Israelites, what I mean. If you were in the Nation of Islam, these systems actually do work, and so if you agree to work these systems, they work, what I mean. If it was more of a, what I mean, hey, um of a submissive situation, what I'm saying, those systems work. Yeah, they've been working for years, for decades. We can't say that they don't. Other systems, like maybe in a conscious community, sometimes the lines get a little blurred if you don't have a specific system or rules or regulations that's laid out. All you know is, oh, black woman king. I mean, black woman is queen. Black man is king. What I mean? But what does that mean? Where's the rules and regulations of how this is actually supposed to go? Because you still kind of mixed in between a Christian philosophy and this new conscious philosophy that you have. So it has to be well defined, and it has to have rules and regulations that everybody's going to abide by, within that system. So, that's just my little end. But I would say this, so what sparked this, what I'm saying, even to have Simbi on the show today, what I mean, taking it to another level, is that Simbi went through a array of, you know, uh posts that he actually put on Facebook. You know, I think he woke up and was like, yo, what I mean? Facebook about to get this work, what I'm saying? They about to hear, what I'm saying, the philosophies and opinions of Simbi Cow today, So he woke up and he started firing. He started firing off his shots and all. And he said a few things that, that got into Conscious Heads Barbershop, of course, you know what I mean, because he's most of our friends on the page, you know what I mean? So it kind of trickled down there. Now, this was the one right here that got, that got people talking right here. Timby, I'll let you read that. You know what I'm saying? That's
Men, contrary to what we may like to think and believe, as a collective gender of males, our mission from birth is women. They may not be your individual focus, but as a collective, they are our mission and purpose. And yes, men are women's purpose as well, but I'm talking to the fellas.
Okay. All right. So that was the initial comment that got Facebook on edge. They got the streets talking. They got Conscious Heads fired up. A lot of conversation all day long. All day long. You know what I mean? We watched some of the back and forth with you and Brother Kamal. You know, we watched some of the comments. We watched some of the comments that went back and forth. So let's just do this. You know what I'm saying? For anybody who wants to join in, you know what I'm saying? BA. And actually, I didn't even hear. Actually, BA, was you there? Or you wasn't in that day?
I probably wasn't there.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, oh, okay. Do you have anything that you know? What I mean, that's how did you feel? Because I didn't even hear. Like I said, you was in and out so much. You know what I'm saying on the actual thing? Because I didn't hear your comments or anything about it. Did you want to comment on it?
So basically, you're saying that is a man's role is to what do you mean? I should ask that. So that way we on a even playing field, so everyone can know what did that come from. I'll let you explain it a little bit more. So when you say that the man's mission or role is to watch over the woman and vice versa, it might not be your initial focus or whatever the case may be, but you should be looking over the woman. Is what since birth, like what is that? What do you? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, I'm saying as males, I mean the collective male gender, we exist on the planet as males based on, our purpose is based on our relationship to the collective gender of females. That's why we got penises and they got vaginas. It's designed for us to partner up and get together and have family and community. It's very simple. So what I was leading to is that our character development as males and as females then needs to be directed to making us viable partners for one another. So then my character development, my training as a young male, getting prepared for manhood, should be that which consists of me developing the character so that I can be a good partner to a woman. And then women should be trained to do the same, because we exist as male and female for that purpose. And so we're not on this planet. Like if we was on this planet if it was just males on the planet, there'd be something different. But none of us can get on this planet without women. And we have a divine purpose together. So to me, that was very simple.
I figured that was the case, and if we're being honest, like that is what our purpose is. If our purpose is to come on this earth to reproduce in a sense, right? That is our biological purpose, to come here to reproduce, to take course in reproduction, and to continue that cycle on. And the best way to do that is to make yourself the best of yourself, so you can present yourself for a woman's spouse, and they supposed to be up to par as well, to then be as one. And I personally don't have an issue with what you said. If that's what you're saying, and basically is to make yourself the best mate that you can be for your future spouse. We all should probably try to do that. I don't see the issue with that. So maybe I shouldn't have been the first person to go, but that's honestly, if that's what it is, that's what I'm taking from it. Then yeah, I think that's what's lacking, to be 100% honest with you. In our society now, we're too self-minded, and we're not community based. So yes, if I know that my goal from jump is say, hey, be the best person you can be, so you can then present yourself to a future mate and to live under godly guidelines, then yeah, we'll probably have a lot less bullshit that we're dealing with, and vice versa. It's the pushback on that. Really, it's the pushback of saying, no, I don't need this, I don't need that. I don't need a man for this, and I don't need a woman for that. That's really part of the reason why we getting, why we fucked up in the culture as it is now. So, hey, man, I don't have an issue, so I'm interested in seeing what the issues are.
Yeah, me too. And I added in there, I said, as an individual, that might not be your individual focus. So I left room for like, okay, I'm not thinking about, like, as a man, I'm not thinking about women all the time. Everything I do is not centered around women. But I say, as a collective gender of males, the male gender collective, we need to be making sure that we are in balance with women, in harmony with women, because we're on this planet to do just that. And if we are out of balance with our relationship with women, we're going to have problems on the planet, which we are experiencing now.
Okay. All right. So, Ricardo, did you have anything that you wanted to add in about the comments?
See, when he first put it
Ricardo,
out,
can you? Is there some kind of way? Hold up, Ricardo. Is there any kind of way you can get close? I mean, because you sound like you fall back from the your speaker. I don't know if there's anything.
It's still coming out clear though. It's slightly muffled, but it's still clear.
I'm on my phone, man. I don't have y'all technology.
No, it's good. Like, you can hear everything he's saying.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I mean, when it first was posted, it just seemed a little more vague. Now that he explained it a little more deeper to BA just now, I mean, I totally understand it from that perspective. But when he first put it out there, it just seemed like it was coming across like we just here to serve each other and that's it. That's the way the perception I got from it when I read it. Obviously he put in there with the whole individual thing, but that the lines get blurred sometimes with the whole thing of a collective 1 minute, then next minute we individuals, and it's just sometimes it's we come off a little vague when we make these blanket statements. But when you explain it deeper than what you just said to BA, I don't take issue with that.
Okay. All right. And moving forward to the old dog of the shop. Well, old dog of the shop. Let me start. Because brother Kenny, who who I'm sure has some question and dialogue in the statement.
He explained it well. My only issue would be is she our number one purpose as men? Is the woman our number one top purpose? Would be my question.
I would say,
is there anything that we could prioritize over the woman as men?
I wouldn't say prioritize over her. Now, as an individual, yeah, like I have, like before I met my wife, I'm on my mission, my purpose in life. And carrying out my mission, my purpose in life as I feel that the Most High put in me, that definitely takes precedence over my individual relationship or me, trying to go and hunt a woman, to have relationship with. But when I actually join on with a woman, then she becomes part of that mission and purpose. And I'm not going to, like, a lot of times we talk about women, she's just the vehicle or the vessel through which life comes. And it's like we kind of skip over, even in the conversation, the importance of the woman. To say that, yeah, you know, I know I have to go through her to give, you know, birth to the children, you know, but she is, like, in one school of thought, secondary but most necessary. You know, I used to be a 5%, and we used to say that.
You used to say that all the time, bro. You used to say that all the time.
Yeah, secondary but, you know, most necessary. And I don't even like that type. Although I understand where it came from, I don't even like addressing that type of verbiage, you know. But when I look at, you know, the grand scheme of things, right? And I believe that us as males, we are the male expression of God, and females are the feminine expression of God. You know, or we can call goddess or whatever we, you know, however we want to call it. But we both exist as divine beings having a human experience. So therefore, if I'm God and she's God, then we are, you know, us getting together and creating this world is top priority. So it's not really anything higher than my relationship with her, because my relationship with her is the same as my relationship with God, meaning she's going to complement and complete me when it comes to life on this planet. You know, although every individual should strive to be complete within themselves, meaning don't be codependent on other individuals, you still want to understand that a relationship is like a spiritual cultivation system that gives you the opportunity to strengthen your connection with the God within you. So I don't really see it as a higher and lower thing, as far as, you know, anything that's prioritized before that, if the relationship is in alignment. You know, now you don't want to prioritize, you know, a woman who you're having, you know, disagreements with, as far as if she's not on the same path as you. You don't want to prioritize your relationship with her over, you know, your higher purpose from the Most High. But I'm saying, when y'all are in alignment with purpose, then yeah, she's right up there. She's right up there.
So I think I agree with that last statement when y'all are aligned for a purpose. But I think where I'm struggling is that I need you to define what that purpose should be. Because what I'm basically asking, what the vantage point that I'm asking the question from is more so a collective vantage point. Like, should the collective of Black males, should their number one priority be focusing on, I don't know how you would phrase it. Do we focus on pleasing the woman? Or is that what you're saying our purpose is? Because if it's not that, then I would agree with that. That's not our purpose. But like, let's say, for instance, if our purpose is the Most High, right? Pleasing the Most High first, then the woman would be under that for us. That's what I mean. Like, we got us men collectively would have to prioritize pleasing the Most High. And if women get in the way of that, we gonna have an issue. That's two priorities that are getting in the way of each other. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to submit to another. So I got these two priorities in my life, pleasing the Most High. And then I got my wife. If my wife is conflicting with what is required of pleasing the Most High, I got to prioritize pleasing the Most High over my wife. And that would kind of go against the teaching that you teaching a little bit there. That's why I'm trying to get a deeper understanding. And that's why I asked you that question. Like, a man's purpose got to be above any creature on this earth. Your purpose got to be pleasing the Creator that gave you the ability to even have relationship with these creatures on the earth. And nothing can be above that. So that's where my conflict with that ideology that you said would come in, sir.
Yeah, I mean that's understandable. You know, I know that type of wording, you know, lends to that, you know, type of
I think we need clarity on what our purpose is. And
yeah, now I mean I'm in agreement with you, you know. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you because that's how I roll, and that's how I, you know, end up becoming successful in my relationship because I put, you know, the Most High's purpose for me first. You see what I'm saying? And I wasn't looking for a woman. I told the Most High and my ancestors, I'm no longer hunting for women. You know, y'all want me to have a woman? You gonna have to bring her to me. And that's exactly what happened. And I've been happily married ever since. But prior to that, you know, me out of my own mind, or we could say, you know, maybe even a lower mind, trying to find these women, I end up, you know, with
I know exactly
who I'm with now. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely understand that. But I'm offering with that statement, just simply not even making it deeper than our priority as men. If we know that we got these issues in the community, our priorities as men need to be properly linking up with our divine counterpart so that we can get some balance. Because if we create worlds, we create the world through women. And if that's the case, well, what are we talking about if we're not prioritizing our relationship with women, the proper relationship,
I got
a productive relationship? I'm not talking about pleasing their whims.
Yeah,
I'm talking about buying them Gucci bags and make them happy. No, I'm
really teaching and guiding them.
What do you say?
Really teaching and guiding them, and it sounds to me like you saying us men need to prioritize righteous women that are seeking the Most High, like we seeking the Most High. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the word you want to use, you know, if it's righteous work building a reality that we want to build in the world. That's righteous work. So we need to deal with women that want that same thing. You know, we're not going to go and join on with women who don't give a darn about that. You know, at the same time, understanding that if we have an imbalance and disharmony collectively between males and females, it's some things that we need to address. We got to prioritize addressing it. We got to prioritize the healing and understanding women, and women have to prioritize healing and understanding the men. You see? So, I mean, I wasn't really saying anything too deep. It turned out to be deep, you know, because of the way, you know, people took it. Because I know it sounds like, well, he's saying that a man's only purpose is a woman.
Now, can I ask you something? Could I ask you something? I ain't trying to be rude, but accountability here. I am going to bring a little accountability here. Couldn't it have been taken that way because you didn't word it well?
Yeah.
Like you know, you left it open.
So, like,
were you trolling? Were you trolling to get the response you got?
No, I wasn't trolling. I was very serious.
Okay.
I was trolling with the simp thing, and we could talk about that later. But I wasn't trolling with this. Like my brother Kamal, you know, he came on the post and he said, you know, he felt the statement was incomplete. You know, and we had a conversation offline, you know, and I was like, yeah, you know, okay. And then, but later on, you know, another brother, I think it was brother Arsar, his brother Arsar, you know, wanted me to flesh it out more, and I told him, well, yeah, brother Kamal brought it to my attention that my statement was incomplete, so let me flesh it out more, and then I gave him a more thorough explanation.
Jabari, I wanted to know what you thought of the clip I sent you earlier.
Oh, you want me to play that?
Get your thoughts on that.
You want to play it?
Yeah, sure.
I got it queued up.
All right, yeah, hit that. This would be a good time for that.
Damn, I'm glad Kenny ain't used no profanity in that joint. Y'all got your information out there.
Oh yeah, yo, that's crazy.
We sat down.
Right.
You believe this in your bones, and I believe this in my bones. They're diametrically opposed. Which way do we go?
The way that one party feels is not like serious.
There has to be a choice made, and they're diametrically opposed. You as a mother believe one thing, I as a father believe another thing. We are out of negotiation. A choice must be made.
And one person needs to make that choice to step down and to step up.
Which way? We can't
Neither. I don't think neither.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you. Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc. Life or death. A choice has to be made. Which way? You're the mother, I'm the father. I say right, you say left. We can't be in the middle. A choice has to be made. Which way?
The way that is best. Like we are parents.
Which way?
Both.
You think your way is best. I think my way is best. We have to do one or the other.
Exactly. So either you back
way?
down or I back down.
Which
That's
way?
it. Either you back down or I back down.
No. I'm asking you.
I'm not.
You're my wife. You're the woman. You're the wife. Which way? Your husband feels one way. You believe another way. It's your child. It's his child. But then that can't be both. Which way?
Mine.
Thank you. That's why we can't get anywhere with women like her.
No, that's not.
No.
This is
No. That's why you get nowhere with women.
Do you want a mother or do you want a wife?
No, man.
What is that?
Your way. You say go your way. That means at the
I
end,
am a mother first. Do you want a mother
you
or
a mother,
a wife? These are your children that you care so
don't
much
ever
about.
fucking talk me. I've already said don't do that. You're a mother. See, that's why I said we have a child. I'm the father. You can't pull DNA biological rank on the biological father. That's what you said. I'm a mother first. That's why I said at the beginning of this shit, it's about female superiority. This woman said, this is my child. You might as well just start pulling rank. Put your dick up. You're a woman. Why would I make a choice for my child, your child, our child is going to harm my kids? But because women know better, because you are the mother, I'm supposed to back down. Get the fuck out of here.
That's about it. What's you guys' thoughts on that? Don't all go at once.
Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. That raises the level of everything. Carter, where you at with that?
That's what we got going on in the world today, man. It's basically a tug of war, and sometimes the child is the pawn or caught between that power struggle that's all too often seen in our relationships. I always say that's like it's usually like the second part of relationships on why and when they fail. You got the honeymoon stage, and after the honeymoon stage over with, you get this power struggle. And if you can make it past the power struggle, you kind of make peace and can build after that. But a lot of relationships or so-called relationships don't make it past the power struggle. And he was basically giving an example of what we see. That's pretty common. I don't think nobody haven't seen that somewhere or even experienced it at some point.
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely have experienced that. One of the things that I've adhered to over the years is divination systems, where we consult the higher mind and look at the energies around the issue and meditate on it. See, but either way, whether it's a divination system, we meditating, or we're having a discussion, both people have to learn how to get out of their egos, and they can't make a decision based on ego when so much is at stake. Now, I've had experiences where, you know, there's enough trust between the two people where sometimes the man is yielded to in the situation because he you know he is expressing the most reason, and sometimes the woman is yielded to. But both have to learn how to be calm enough to measure and weigh the circumstance, so it's not an emotional thing. But when we, like Brother Ricardo said, when it's power struggle, I mean that's all ego, you know, and so you ain't really going to be successful if that's the only way you got to resolve it is through the ego, because you know somebody at a certain point is just going to just be hardcore in their stance, and either somebody going to yield or y'all just going to keep bumping heads, but then the child is still, you know, going to be left lingering in limbo because y'all at a stalemate, you know. So it depends on how you run your household. If you run your household and it's been, you know, if your household in a state of cooperation says that the man gets the final say and that's what works for y'all, then that's good. You know, if that's what works. But a lot of people are in that situation where, you know, the woman ain't yielding and the man ain't yielding. And so the ego is ruling. And so until people decide to put the ego aside and really calm down and consult higher wisdom and more holistic thinking, then they're going to continue this back and forth power struggle.
What's some of the higher forms and holistic thinking you would recommend, sir?
Well, I mean, some of the higher forms of holistic thinking, I mean, that's like a broad statement. Like I said, you know, a couple. What'd you say?
I was asking. I understand it's a broad statement. I was asking, like, what specific ones do you yourself attest to?
Meditation, and like I said, in some cases, divination. Our ancestors produced spiritual technology with divination systems to speak to God, quote unquote. And you do certain readings, you know, like the higher divination systems deal with, you know, a complete picture of as far as the energy around the situation. And then you're still gonna have to meditate and with a sober and clear mind, you know, try to understand what the reading is saying. It's like counsel. Then, you know, if it's real unresolvable, I mean, if you got some elders you can go to and get some counsel from, that will help as well. You know, it can be, you know, the parents, your mother and father, are the in-laws, some people with some experience that have been through what y'all are going through can offer some wisdom and insight. At the end of the day, the two people are going to have to decide what road to take.
Someone's going to have to concede to the other.
Yeah, or you concede to what the oracle or the divination system is saying.
Every time we need to make a decision that we disagree upon.
Some people do that. Yeah, some people may do that. Yeah, you know, if it's that big.
Which forms of divination? What if I want to recommend one that Simbi thinks has been working in his marriage? What's a form of divination you would recommend someone like myself to use when problems arise in my marriage?
Well, one of the forms I've used has been the I Ching or the I Ching.
Okay.
And one of them has been the Oracle of Tahuti.
Okay. And
yeah, I know those are the major ones. Some people use the Ifa system, divination system.
So if it's working for you, wouldn't you recommend it for the collective whole of the male gender?
Yeah, I do recommend that people surrender their egos when you're at a stalemate, and both of y'all got different opinions about something. Yeah, you gotta consult some higher insight beyond your own individual mind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would recommend you, but you have to learn. You have to study and learn that system or these systems.
Say Cardo?
I was saying most people don't have that. Most people don't have those higher understanding people to go consult to. Most people just they winging it, you know. Yeah, and I guess you could say maybe in a conscious sense. If you're in a conscious community or something like that, then maybe you probably got that. But just the typical run of the mill Negro, the people that he gonna be able to consult probably just got it just as messed up as him. So or her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
But even people in the conscious community, you know, a lot of them are well read so far as psychology, you know what I mean, so far as history is concerned. They don't necessarily they know about ancient Egypt or they may know about our great civilizations, but they still don't have a system that they go by. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they a lot of them will throw away Christianity, you know what I'm saying? Like for you know what I mean, because that's what everybody got, you know what I mean, like yo, I ain't doing Christianity no more. But I would argue that Christianity still had a system that's involved. If you lived by Christianity and you lived it correctly, you know what I'm saying, that you would have a system to go by that can actually, you know what I mean, that could be successful because we've seen it happen, you know what I mean, through the years, you know what I mean, with, you know, our grandfathers and different people. We ain't saying nobody was perfect. I'm just saying that a lot of people don't have a system. So in the conscious community, like I said, that's the problem, that it's like, it's unruly. It's unruly, you know what I mean? So far as, you know what I mean? So people know history. Oh yeah, we was queens, we was kings, but what does that mean? You know, what did they really function from that made them be able to function together and be able to go by those different systems and stuff?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm trying to pretty much get at here. Like, you know, if we're going to talk, when we talk about collective, we got to start pointing people to something. Like, we got to start saying, like, you know, I don't know, like whatever it is that you use, you know what I'm saying? He said he used the Ifa and I don't want to get it wrong. I think the Orishi, I think you said.
No, the Oracle of Tahuti and the I Ching, and the Chinese I Ching.
My bad.
Ifa has a I King as well, but
we need something to be recommended. Some, like Jabari said, some form of system. I myself use the Bible, like I told you before, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. So you need something that is above man's authority, because everything without it is, my bad.
Would you say that you can't be in a relationship with people that has mixed religions or beliefs because of this? Like say you have mixed feelings and you have mixed so you on stalemates and you have a mixture of religion or higher power.
Yeah.
How does this really get solved then?
Yeah, it's not. It's going to be a problem. If y'all don't believe the same thing as far as God goes, you always going to come to a lot of disagreements, because it's like I said, it's got to be an authority above. Without God, then man is the biggest authority on the planet, because he got the most weapons, he controls the most land, he controls the most resources. Without an authority greater than God, then man just has the final say for real, because he can impose his will. So yeah, like to be a point, if y'all believe in different spiritual systems, you're always going to run into problems on how to resolve things. And the most unified front is a front that has one ideology. So to BA's point, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that does make things easier.
Yeah.
But even we could put the oracle systems aside, you know, because we know, like you said, Ricardo, most people they don't know nothing about that. They're not going to do all that. But the thing is this: what is required to come to, you know, agreement when you have a stalemate? People are going, unless we're going to keep arguing and bumping heads, people are going to have to learn how to manage their emotions. They have to learn about the self. They have to learn that there's a certain opinions. Like I agree with you said, Brother Kenny. Yeah, we need something beyond the mind of man, because when we get locked into these stalemates, it's based on our opinion, but we both have limited opinions because we have limited vision. and limited sight. We don't see everything. So it needs to be a way or something that we consult to get us into the higher mind perceptions of things. So if that's the Bible for you, cool. If that's the Quran for someone, cool. You know, I know some people that, you know, I used to roll with this roster that used to, he just asked a question like for some spiritual guidance, and he randomly opened the Bible and boom, his answer be right there. That's a form of divination, actually. You know, because his spirit or the spirit of God guided him to the page that he needed for that moment. But it was in the scriptures. You see? And so, but I agree. We definitely have to get beyond our ego and beyond our opinions when it comes to resolving issues in relationships.
Definite. Dr. Saw, peace to Dr. Saw in the building. You know, he said he worked with Christians who have different interpretations of the scriptures that has them at a stalemate, you know. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, once again, you know what I mean? And then
in that case, you go to the pastor, right?
You should.
Possibly. But, you know, pastor is overworked, you know what I'm saying? Especially if he got a big church, you know what I mean? But they do have different ministries there at the church that can actually answer, you know, or like relationship counseling within the church, you know, that they'll actually send you to, I guess, you know, counseling, things of that nature.
But can I say this before we move? If we really, to be honest with you, all you guys, like, if we really gotta counsel outside the marriage and go to people outside the marriage before we can make the decision, it's gonna hinder marriage for a long time. Because disagreement's gonna come up every month. And if we can't make a decision until we've consulted all these steps, it's gonna be a tough thing. So, I mean, I think it's like with a captain on a ship. I always use this analogy: 2 hands can't be on the steering wheel, right? The person who got the steering wheel, he can consult with the person in the passenger seat, but if she say left and he say we going right, at the end of the day, he got the steering wheel in his hands, and it can only really be one person that. It's only one person that can guide a vessel at a time, for real.
Right. So and I know that's one of the things that me and you debate about a lot, Kenny. Like I said, I agree with a lot of
progress. So basically, we can't make a decision until somebody outside our marriage tells us the decision to go with, or says so. Somebody outside our marriage got to decide for 2 grown adults who decision going to be listened to. That's going to slow the progress of everything.
You believe in the words of the Rock? The other person that's not the head should know their role and shut their mouth. That's what you believe in. That's what you're telling me.
No, I did not say that. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Oh, come on, Kenny. Kenny.
You just said that somebody. You're saying if I got to go outside, the decision has to be made here today, right here, right now. As a result of that, me being who I am and you being who you are, know your role.
Let's come up with a real world scenario, right? Let's talk about if it's where the kid wants to go. You want the kid to go to school. If the father don't want him to go, let's say the mother want him to go to a school 2 hours out for her reasons, and the father wants the kid to go to school 30 minutes away. It ain't got nothing to do with time. He think the school is better. Mom think the school outside is better. We can't decide where this child go to school till we go through all of these councils. That's crazy to me. That's really crazy to me, yo. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Well,
why can't the woman be like, all right, you seem adamant on this. You as father, you got to protect them. You got to provide for this. You got to provide for the school. We gonna go with your decision, father. And in the first year, maybe the mother could say, and in the first year, if it's not looking good after the first year, can we send him to my school and transfer him? Would that be okay? I don't think a husband would have a problem with that. But if you just gonna be like, no, we can't make a decision until the husband acquiesces to what the mom want, I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with every time a problem arises and we disagree on the direction, the man's decision just gets ignored to go to other councils. Like we're gonna go to another man, like a pastor, and he's gonna decide for my house and tell me what this. Okay, you know what? No, listen to your wife. So my wife is gonna take the thing from another man, but not from me. It's a problem here, yo. That's what we got going on in Christianity, where women accept what the pastor says over their husband who's taking care of them, and the pastor is not.
Well, I don't know how things, go in the church, but when I in past relationships, when I would go
too.
What do you say?
It's the same thing going on in the conscious community with Umar too. That's more up your alley, but there's women that definitely are taking Umar's word and using it against their husbands and things of that nature.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about all that. Like when I was, previously married, we would go to counsel from some elders, and they didn't tell us what to do as far as deciding for us what to do about it. But they counseled us with certain readings and told us how to better cooperate and with our spiritual practices so that we can bring forth better decisions together. And then it was up to us to follow those protocols and disciplines that we were offered to help us make better decisions. It was no one dictating. Like, even when you do a reading, the oracle don't tell you what to do. You still have to interpret it, so we're not we can't escape the necessity of us learning how to make wise decisions. Now, what you're talking about, yeah. I mean, like I'm saying, if in your household y'all under the rulership of the Bible and the man has the last say and all of that, then so be it. Some people are not under that type of rulership or doctrine.
Can we pause for a second? That's my problem though with us as a whole. You made a post about the collective male gender, right? And you gave an ideology about something you think the collective should be working as. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to work where we keep saying, oh, well, that's what you individually want to do. If that's what you individually want to do, if we working towards a collective, are we working towards the collective or not? Because if we're working towards the collective of what the Black community should be doing, we need to be telling Black people what they need to do in their house. And if you're trying to build collective unity in any community, and it is void of you telling people how they should live, you're really not trying to build no community. Because a community needs rules. If
I agree,
how the family structure should be laid out. See, what I see a lot in the Black community is we don't want to tell people how they should live. You don't want a community if you don't want to do that. What you have in a council of elders for? What are you even consulting them for if you don't want them to tell you how to live? If you don't want them to tell you how to move? What is a council of elders even set up for if you don't want them to tell you what to do? So we need to really eliminate this talk of, well, if you want to use the Bible, that's how you like to move, that's cool. Well, how should we as Black men move? What's the order and structure? Everybody can't have their own ideology on family structure, yo. That's why the Black community is in disarray. You got 1,000 people in Baltimore that think the family should move a certain way. You got 1,000 people in Washington, D.C. that think the Black community should move a certain way. And we have no cohesive unit, no cohesive ideology that brings us together. And we complain about not having unity. This can't work this way, yo. There needs to be something that's out for everybody.
I don't really agree with that, because when you get to, like, if somebody got a certain belief system, culture, and religious practice, you can't dictate dictate that on the whole masses or the whole collective. We would have, because in our community we have so much diversity of religious doctrines and cultures and beliefs, we would have to collectively get together people who represent these different beliefs. If you're going to do a collective thing like you're saying, and come to an understanding of what we have in common, as far as then what we can, talk about enforcing in the community and in households and so forth. But if like, all right, you Hebrew Israelite, you ain't gonna let me, like, say if I was Nation of Islam Muslim, you ain't gonna let me come and say you need to live by these teachings and disciplines,
right,
in Islam. You ain't gonna let me do that. We gonna be able to stalemate, because we're gonna be battling ideology back and forth. We ain't gonna get nowhere. But
so what we should do is lay them out and see which one is better.
Yeah, and who's going to decide?
That's where we could put our ego aside and just lay it out, and then everybody could look at both ideologies. That's why debates are needed, because like the Bible say debate your cause with your brother, right? So y'all can come to a conclusion on the matter, right? Sometimes you got to have disagreements to find out what is the better way. So we could put up the ideologies against each other and see which one is better for us to run a family, which one is better for us to run a community. But nobody wants to do that, because everybody wants to hold on to their way. The only way we're going to find out what's best for Black people is to compare and contrast. That's how you make the best decision. You make an informed decision by comparing and contrasting. But everybody just like, no, I like this way over here. I ain't going to look at nothing else. Because like, if we're going to have a community, you said we should come together on what we agree upon. Shouldn't one of the main things we agree upon as a community is how the family should be ordered and structured? How can I come together with 10 Black men and we all disagree on how the house should be run? So now I'm going to go through all this work of building my family up a certain way to send them over this other brother house whose house is in disarray because he don't care about how he runs his house? That's going to lead to dysfunction, which is what we got.
Well, but what I'm saying,
house is in disarray because he don't care about how he runs.
But somebody
computer playing back.
I think that's brother I saw. I think is that your feedback coming from you?
Yeah, we good now. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, like this question, brother Mooney said, we must agree on basic principles. I agree, but I think the family order and how family got to operate is a basic principle we got to agree on.
Yeah, but you have in your mind the way you think it should go, and maybe it's based on the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't, like, if someone disagrees with you, then we have to hear that person out. And when you say, well, compare and contrast and see which is better, it's like, well, who's going to decide which one is better if everybody think that their own is the best? So therefore, if we have the intention of extracting the best from these various systems that we're involved in, then I think we'll have a better outcome, instead of everybody pushing for their own thing that they hold so sacred.
So what you just said, pull from all these things that we respect, right? So we will be making a new religion, right?
I mean, our culture, if you want to, we talking about our organization or organize, you talking about fundamental principles that we agree on running the household, running the family. So we ain't got to call that a religion, but that's
an ideology,
ideology, culture, whatever. It's something we agree on. But that's how religions and different things have been created in the past, through people discussing and the viewpoints of certain sects and certain ideologies that were developed in certain times in history, and constantly trying to evolve the culture and the belief systems, but that's been a big source of division as well throughout the world, because when people are so polarized in their view, their religious view, and they want theirs to be the one and the way, and they really believe that, but then someone else is like opposing them, and so to me that's that's when all the ego gets involved, because my God is more right than your God. So then we have to have a way where we can all get out of our ego and opinions and bring forth some type of harmony. But that's very challenging.
Yeah.
We got a Dr. Assad that came to join us in the building. He was deep and heavy up in the chat. And I told him, I said, man, come on in, man. Me.
All I gotta say is, brother Simba, you hold it down today, brother. You hold it down up in here today in the box. I got look, Ricardo, like, hold up, don't come in here saying that. But anyway, but no, peace, brothers. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Right,
What's up, bro?
Yeah, man, you holding it down. I think what Jabari, of course, he lured me in. I'm not gonna be a troublemaker today. I don't have that much passion about this argument, brother Simbi. So nonetheless, what I will say is I do understand, and I agree with brother Simbi as it pertains to we'll never get. What I wanted to say is we'll never get to this point, brother. But dang, you got KC Cuts on. I didn't forgot you. KC Cuts.
Kenny.
Brother Kenny. Yeah, thank you, brother Kenny. We'll never get to that point where we have all the same ideology, brother. I mean, I would challenge that. I don't think it never existed unless we were in small populations and things of that nature. I just don't think that's going to happen, brother.
I agree with you. But it's 40 million black people. We need to try to get at least 1 million to agree on something, because currently in the condition that we are, there's a lot that we disagree with, and we on the bottom of society because of it.
I think we do have 1 million to agree on something. That's what I would disagree with that.
Okay. All right. Well, we need to get 1 million to agree on the same ideology.
Yeah, we have 1 million to agree on Christianity, Islam, even.
Okay. I don't agree with those.
Okay, they have to be your ideology. You don't have do you have 1 million to agree with your ideology? That'll be a question.
I mean, we go all out the Umar and his teachings. I think that works for us.
hey, you saw what turned me up yesterday. Don't try to start no trouble up in here.
I saw it too.
Don't mention Umar's name in here, man.
I saw it too. I saw it too. Asar, you was lit, yo. You reminded me of myself, yo.
Hey, Kenny, man, you go way back in the
barbershop. Your spirit might be a little bit like mine, yo.
You look, Kenny, you've been real calm lately, man. I come in the barbershop. Kenny do a lot. He's very diplomatic nowadays.
No, he's not. No. You come in there, Spotlight. Kenny is not calmed down. Not in the barbershop.
Only with the sister. The sister that came in there that day talking about Africa, boy. He couldn't hold his composure that day. But anyway, I'm not gonna take it off.
Kenny is Kenny, man. You know what I mean? He gonna do what he do.
Kenny's starting to become more comedic by the day.
but Kenny
celebrated Passover, sir. If you knew what the meaning of Passover was, you wouldn't say that.
No, I'm just messing with you, Kenny. Okay. Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
But Kenny, do you think?
I want to let somebody else talk. Kenny, I don't want to hog the time.
No, Kenny. Do you not think that? Do you not think that a person can be in Islam, say even Nation of Islam, you know what I mean? If everybody converted to most people converted to the Nation of Islam, that's not a good teaching. I'm just asking.
Do I think the Nation of Islam is a good teaching?
It's not a good. Do you think it's a good teaching?
I think that it's a little misleading at times because, like he says, we are the children of Israel, but you're teaching an Arab-based ideology. Those two conflict. Then you sprinkle a little bit of Scientology in there. I think that conflicts. I don't think it's cohesive. I don't think we should be making. I don't think we should be mixing the Quran in the Bible. Those are two different things. They don't say the same thing. You don't have cohesion and community when you have different ideologies. You just don't.
That mixture made Minister Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
That mixture made a Minister Farrakhan. That made a Naeem Akbar. That made so many great
that mixture also brought down Mr. Malcolm X too, though.
No, I don't think that was the mixture. That was the mixture that brought it down. It was the system that brought the Nation of Islam down. You know what I mean? That mixture actually built them up. That was the mixture that when Detroit Red went into the prison system, he came out of the prison system. You know what I mean? He came into those teachings, and that changed his whole life and his perception on things.
I don't disagree there, but his issues started with the ideology, the problems that he had with the ideologies that were practiced in the Nation of Islam, specifically with Mr. Elijah Muhammad's practices. That's where the rift started. So that's him having a problem with what's being taught in the Nation of Islam. That's undeniable. He had a problem with the ideology, and he eventually broke away and became more Sunni Muslim and more what they call Orthodox Muslim. So if we go and speak for real, he actually left it at one point.
He left, and then he tried to come back. He wanted to come back in there because of the discipline and the structure that they had within the Nation of Islam was like no other, and he wanted to come back in there.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we can argue ideologies, but we got to look at whatever ideology you pushing. What's the rules for it? Let's look at the rules for it. What do you have laid out for the family? How should the family run? What do you have laid out for brotherhood? How should the brotherhood be? What do you have laid out for the rules of business? How should the business be? What do you have for the rules of agriculture? What kind of crop should we grow?
Yeah, but Kenny, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that they have all of that in the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that. Can you see where a person? I mean, I know people who live their whole life in the Nation of Islam, and they live a successful life with their family. You know what I mean? With businesses, with brotherhood, with FOI training, with MGT training. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that, you know what I mean, that I guess the whole thing, and we had this before. You know what I'm saying, that does not just one ideology, but if you get a righteous ideology, you know what I mean. But it's problems in all the ideologies. You know what I mean, that people can find. But if you live by the righteous code of that ideology, you can be successful, and people have even through Christianity, people have been very successful.
I just see like in go ahead. I want to let somebody else go. Go ahead.
Well, I have a question. Like, all right, how many members do you think are in the Nation of Islam? Anybody know?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it's probably thousands, right? I don't know if it's millions, but maybe thousands. How many members are in the Hebrew Israelites?
I saw something that said on the census it was like a few 100,000 marked themselves where you could write in what your nationality is. They wrote in Hebrew Israelite.
And so let's say Nation Islam, Hebrew Israelites. They both have, I think, their complete ideology as far as family, community, godhood, and all of that. What's wrong with them existing among themselves doing their thing, and Hebrew Israelites, existing amongst yourselves doing like your thing, and whatever religions or way of life that other people have, the various things. If it's working for them, they can exist doing those things. But then maybe if we want to come together collectively as a community, then we can establish some type of code. Being on code or a code of ethics, code of behavior as far as men, a universal code that the Hebrew Israelites agree on with the nation or with any other groups. We have a universal manhood code, and that's what really unifies us. And then a universal womanhood code within our community, a code of behavior, code of ethics, code of honor, code of devotion, whatever we want to call it. And I think if we can unify on those levels without disturbing the separate ideologies, that's your culture, your way of life, Hebrew Israelite. That works for you and the people that it works for. More power to y'all. Do that. Nation Islam, do that, huh? But you said it's a matter of time.
It's going to be a matter of time. Someone's going to have an argument, and then when that argument comes, depending on how many people follow that said argument, this is basically how war starts. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's not you are speaking in a utopian point of view, which will be great, but it hasn't worked, and it will never work.
It will never work, yo. That
But
cannot work.
at the same time,
me and Jabari argue about this all the time in the shop. There is no such thing as unity without unity of the mind and thought, spirituality. You have to follow the same God. You have to follow the same rules from that God, or you're gonna have divisions. It's not possible. It's no other way, dog. Certain things in life are a formula. And you got the manhood matrix, you got formulas in there. You know that certain ingredients cause certain outcomes in formulas. You can't take one ingredient out of the formula and it's still the same formula. It has changed now. There are ingredients that go in making up unity that you cannot alter. Ideology is one that you cannot alter the ideology and think you're going to still have unity.
But here's what I'm saying though. I'm saying this. No, I agree with you. But the type of unity I'm talking about is let's look at the Hebrew Israelites. Say that y'all were a nation, and y'all was on a certain land geographical area. Nation of Islam on a certain body of land geographical area. Y'all two different nations, but y'all can form some type of allyship alliance based on what y'all agree on.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Without encroaching upon each other's lifestyle and way of life.
Yes.
You see, that can be established. So that's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, it will be short. I normally say this to Jabari. We can have short-term unity, but long-term unity is not possible. Sustained, that's the word I want to use. Sustained unity is not possible any other way.
I can't. I highly disagree with you. Because that's where we come from.
Look,
even in Africa, we had many different religions. Even in Africa, they was respect. Now they did get to times when they were wars. You know what I'm saying? But not like
Nubia and Kemet.
Say it again.
Nubia and Kemet, anyone?
Yeah, but how many years did they go before they actually went to war? You know what I'm saying? And what did they exactly go?
Nigeria and Benin?
And what did they actually go to war for? I'm just saying, you talk about
their ideologies.
You talk about different time frames. So there is no way in the world, that everybody's gonna all believe in the same, the exact. We was believing in God.
Why would you keep pushing that though? I don't understand why you so proud of that. That's a crazy thing. You should be trying to get the black community to push the same thing.
Bro, I've been trying to get. Let me tell you something. I've been trying to get black people on some unity stuff on smaller levels.
Fighting them. Don't stop fighting them. Don't stop fighting. What are we giving your men?
On smaller levels, and then you realize that that's their crew. That's why I can work with so many people. That's why I've worked with so many different organizations. It can accept many different organizations because everybody got something that they do, and they got something special that they bring to the table. Malcolm laid it out a long time ago. He said, leave your religion behind closed doors because we'll do nothing but argue and fuss about it. You know what I'm saying? But But the philosophy is black nationalism, or Pan-Africanism, or if you don't believe in those things, whatever it is with black skin, that's gonna help to push us forward to where we need to go.
And next thing you're gonna have is a rainbow coalition, and then you're gonna start having a whole bunch of other people join your joint. We've seen it happen before.
This is why we stand right now, man.
How does that push to a rainbow coalition?
Because weren't the Black Panthers about everything black?
No.
And what did they end up getting? And then they ended up bringing in a rainbow coalition.
No, they wasn't about. They never was about.
What are we saying? It just sounds like, all right. If we agree that you ain't never gonna get everybody agreeing on the same ideology, why would that be something that we would strive to do? I think what we need to strive to do is to learn how to respect one another's differences and respect the diversity and learn from each other.
I would even say
I would like to learn, like for my manhood program, apply some FOI stuff, and so what would be the problem with that? I don't have to believe about the mothership and all of that in order to benefit from the military training that the FOI offers. You see what I'm saying? But we can respect one another without being the same. We don't got to be the same. That ain't never gonna happen.
But Brother Simbi,
yes, sir.
I mean, I align with what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think where I differ is we are acting like the doctrine and the tenets of these systems don't exist. And it is in the doctrine and the tenets of these very systems that keep people separated. So if we explore it, we have to now, like, why would people come together when their religious tenets say not to do so? You understand? When and Kenny, please tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking maybe what you're suggesting is keep pushing, like for example, I don't know how you identify religiously or what have you, but the goal would be Hebrew, okay,
Israelite. You can call me Israelite.
Israelite, right? So
yes, sir.
as an Israelite, my goal would be to at least get to, Kenny say, let 1 million of us at least have this. So if it's only 100,000 right now, I think what I'm hearing Kenny say is let's push that because this is the way. And let's at least get to he's not saying everybody, but let's at least grow this to 100, to 1 million, which will create, it would transform our communities. I think I'm hearing what Kenny is saying. But I think, but also what I'm saying is there's other people, and I do think that Africa and even some Eastern religious frameworks were more pluralistic. You understand? I think the ideology should be pluralism, but also at the same time with some level of standards. Now I know that's difficult when we're looking at tenets, though. But the reality, yeah. So I mean,
I hear you, Doctor. So are you about to go over to the Hebrew Israelites?
No, I didn't say that. What I said is I think the ideology should be pluralism or pluralistic, right? But that means that, as Kenny suggested and stated, that some things are fundamentally going to have to change in the way that we conceive our religious frameworks. You understand? It's going to have to be almost like a James Cone who created liberation theology or what have you. It's going. Look, Kenny's eyes went up. Like it's going to have to be some restructuring for that to happen. But people aren't ready to do that.
Ricardo looked like he died to say something. Like he got something on.
You didn't hear, yo.
Hey, look. I agree with you, Jabari. For the most part, we are not going to agree ideologically. It's just not going to happen from the beginning of time with us. I think part of the reason why we ended up on the bottom of those boats was because of some of us not agreeing with each other on some things. I think at the end of the day, that's just what it is. It's just something we're going to have to figure out the most peaceful route to live with. But I will say this, for those of you that's jockeying or touting your particular ideology, I say this all the time at the shop. Prove why your shit is better. And don't try to recruit nobody else, because a lot of black people are wasting years of their life on the opportunity cost of being misled by a lot of black people in these so-called ideologies.
I think also one thing that I like the thought that people often I call a misquote is all white people have the same ideology when they don't.
They damn sure don't.
They definitely don't.
And then they don't have any. Then the next one is where white people have they don't have these figures that they praise. I say, well, the biggest one I know on the earth is the Pope. So I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Who's bigger than the Pope? Farrakhan can't touch it.
Now look. Let me go back and come back a little bit, because when I'm in that shop and Sebi, you put up posts like the one that you put up, the one that we put on the screen, I got to hear that all day long. You know what I'm saying about that post. You know what I'm saying, and a lot of times, what's said is that, when you come to the table and when you sit down, that what's gonna happen is you're gonna be like, oh, we agree. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And not really address it all the way. You know what I'm saying? The way. Now I asked the brothers, I don't know. You know what I mean? Has he addressed this, or the statement? You know what I'm saying? The statements that he made on his page satisfactory, I guess, to you? I mean, Yeah, I'm just wondering. Has he addressed?
I think he addressed it, and he added a whole lot more to it that he should have added initially. And if he would have did that initially, it wouldn't have got so much action that it got. And that's why I asked him earlier, was he being a troll? Because I think he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew it was going to irritate men, and he knew men was going to jump in his inbox as Kamal and Assad did. And I really believe he did it intentionally. But when he came on here, he gave way more context than he gave on the post. And it makes a little bit more sense. I don't fully agree with it. I still have a slight problem with it because I think he needs to make sure that he stresses the priority that there is something over the woman that a man has to focus on, and that is pleasing the Creator, the Most High God. And if the woman in his life is not going to be on that program, then she got to get gone. She either got to get with that program or she got to get gone. So I don't fully agree that from birth, a man's purpose is a woman. I believe from birth, a man's purpose is the Creator that gave him life and making sure that he always honors and gives praise, honor, and glory to that Creator. Oh, one more thing. The reason why I'm getting on everybody about this ideology thing and really pushing a collective ideology is because, like, when I watched you two, Asar and Simbi's back and forth yesterday about Dr. Umar, I fully agree with Dr. Asar on something that he said to you, Simbi. And what that was when he was trying to hold Dr. Umar accountable and call him out on some things. The one thing you said, I think I'm calling this out because I think it's a micro example of a bigger problem we have in the Black community. So it's not a personal, it's ideologically, thank you, which is important to why we need to have the same ideology, but I'll leave that alone. He said to you that we got to try, I'm paraphrasing, but we got to try to warn these sisters that he's abusing and taking. I think abuse is a too strong of a word. We got to warn these sisters that he is taking advantage of ideology wise. And you were kind of like, well, they're adults and that's kind of on them. See, I don't think that's what a man, and like he said, we're a man's purpose is a woman. So why wouldn't we warn these women to watch out for Umar? Why wouldn't we try to stop them? We all need to have the same ideology on Umar so that he can't take advantage of our women. If all the men in the Black community, Cardo's nodding his head, because that's how you have unity. You need to be aligned with Asar. Asar needs to be, Simbi needs to be aligned with Jabari. We need to be aligned with y'all on, we gotta stop these women from listening to Umar because he's taking advantage of them. But because we don't have the same ideology on Umar, and because we don't have the same collective care for Black women as I think we should, we looking at it from an individualist standpoint, we let them keep going to Umar, and the Black men don't put up enough of a fight, and he takes advantage of our Black sisters, and he plays on our Black sisters. That's how he played the Black conscious stripper. So I think all of these things, like that was a big example yesterday when I watched that show of that's a problem mindset and ideology to have. Of course, if we see, it's like if I know an abusive man lives on my block and I keep seeing Black women go to this house, it's my responsibility to warn them of the danger that they are in by going to that man's house. And if I don't warn those sisters that you're going into an abusive man's house, I don't love Black women as much as I say I love Black women. Because why would I let them go get abused? Now, if they resist me and they go in the house anyway, at least I warned them. It's not on me no more.
Okay. So I don't share the same opinion that y'all have of Dr. Umar. I don't know, how he's taking advantage of women. Okay. Now, I'm not defending Dr. Umar. I'm not invested in Dr. Umar. If y'all brothers feel that he's abusing women or taking advantage of women and y'all want to protect them from that, hey, go ahead and do that. I stand on that these grown women are willingly, whoever these grown women are willingly following Umar. They're listening to him. They're getting something from him, whatever it is. I've heard women say all the time in their relationships about their relationships that they saw the signs. They admit they saw the signs in the beginning. They ignored it because they wanted something from that man, but they should have been parted from him before. But because they wanted something from him, whatever he was given, they ignored all the signs. And it wasn't nothing you can say to that woman at that time to get in between him and her.
I understand that.
I don't see women as being victims. Our women are intelligent and they're not weak. So if they want to get involved in relationships like that, go ahead. Now, if this man is abusing women physically, then yeah, we step into that. But I don't know what y'all are saying, and I'm not saying y'all are incorrect. I don't know what he's doing that's so abusive to these women. That's why I said I would love to hear from some of these women the type of abuse that y'all are talking about.
I said I think abuse is a little too strong of a word. I don't want to put abuse on one of my brothers' reputation without a lot of proof. What I will say though is manipulating.
Well, can I explain
Yes, sir.
what?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain what in Simbi. I think you I was listening to it again as well, and what I realized is that every time I keep speaking about the community, right, and women, I use woman as a micro example, as an abuser with a woman, right. I wasn't specifically speaking of Umar. If you go back and look at it, but I did get to a point where I began to say, well, Umar, yeah, right. And then I talked about the conscious stripper and so on and so forth. So again, abuse in the clinical sense, in domestic violence sense, in the community violence sense, would be to try to maintain power and control over people, to influence them, to manipulate them, to get what you want. It's to have control over people, right? So the same thing, like, for example, people take drugs, right? My problem is this: people take drugs. They put drugs in our community. There's all sets of problems there in our communities. The quote unquote the white man knows when he puts drugs in our communities, due to the conditions and the traumas of our people, we're likely to take them, to ingest them in many different ways. And it has a negative impact on us. The same way I'm saying Umar, and I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about our community as a collective. Now, that I do have examples of women with stories, and I do have examples with brothers with stories that I know here in Baltimore who he has manipulated and kicked to the curb. So what I'm saying is by abuse is to influence people in a way to control them. So when you look up domestic violence, look up abuse, and you'll see that it's about maintaining power and control. Okay. Gaining and maintaining power and control. Abuse is like I didn't say Umar raped anybody. I don't know anything about that. But again, I'm talking about this as a community and a collective level. I'm not talking about this on an individual level. What Umar has done on social media is evident to our community, not just women. That was an example. Let me say it clearly. It's an example. Now, we do know that we can go down to an individual level and talk about how there's plenty of information out there, how these texts and all that, but I'm talking about a collective level. Umar is abusing our community. And that's because he's manipulating us, taking money out of us, taking time out of us, because he is playing on our trauma.
That's right.
But I'm not going to argue with y'all about Dr. Umar. Y'all feel the way y'all want to feel about him.
No, but Simbi, I think
I don't care.
Simbi, you kind of missing the point a little bit, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Asar. You made a post telling us collectively what we got to do for women. Then Dr. Asar presents you with a moment to do something collectively for our women. And you immediately threw your hands up and went individual route. We can't have that, dog. That's where the problem comes in ideology-wise. Hold on 1 second, sir. Give me 5 more seconds, please. You have a different ideology than Dr. Asar, and it reared its head on the live that y'all are disunified. It took something as simple as Dr. Umar to break y'all two black men's unity. So
we just disagreed on the topic, bro. We just that's not.
No. You're still missing it. You're still missing it. You disagree with him on what black men should collectively do to protect black women. Look, we're talking about what Dr. Assaw is talking about is an action to do something collectively, which your post was about.
My post was not about what to specifically do for black women. My post
that's crap. That's crap.
That's not crap.
You said
that's not crap. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Purpose, no, because I'm not gonna let you play semantics.
No, you ain't gonna stop me from talking.
All right, we can talk over each other.
Hold on. You kind of skinny, then Simbi come right in there.
Purpose means what you're gonna do for somebody, and you just set up here and said my post wasn't about what we should do for black women. That's what.
That's not what I just said. That's not what I just said.
Hold on.
You told me that my post said what to specifically do for black women. That's not what my post said.
Collectively, as a male gender.
Collectively, we are here for our women. Okay. But that don't mean that I'm saying what to specifically do. This is a particular issue.
Kenny, hold on.
Issue that y'all talking about a particular man. Okay, so if I don't agree with whatever it is that y'all want to do about this particular man, that don't mean that this disunity, because from my understanding, who I do want to hold accountable is like somebody like Charleston White, who I actually witnessed say something very destructive, very disrespectful about children to a father. Okay, he talked about sodomizing some little girls, some dudes' little daughters.
Why do you want to hold him more? Let's hold them both accountable.
Well, what I'm saying is, I heard. This is what I'm saying. I heard what he said out his mouth.
The goalpost, man.
I don't know. I don't know what
the goalpost, man.
I ain't moving a goalpost.
You are.
I'm saying I don't know what y'all. I just said earlier that when y'all talking about his abuse or taking advantage of black women, I don't really know what he's doing. That what y'all are saying. With Charleston White, I heard him out of his mouth.
Black people?
I heard him out of his mouth.
Is he taking advantage of black people? Yes or no?
What y'all saying? I don't know if he's taking advantage of black people.
Millions of dollars into black people.
I don't see it. When I listen to Dr.
If a Christianity pastor took money for 12 years and did nothing with it.
So now you ain't gonna listen to nothing I'm saying.
All right, you understand what you're saying,
I'm talking and you keep jumping in and you're talking about you keep just throwing different stuff in and you ain't letting me finish no thought.
You're dancing.
I don't care what you call what I'm doing. I'm explaining to you what I'm seeing. You can call it dancing all you want.
You're not answering. You're not talking about what we're talking about, Simbi.
Yes, I am.
You're dancing because
you just don't like what I'm saying.
Cornered. Assaw got you cornered with the collective what we should do for Dr. Umar. Right? That was a perfect setup. You're posting.
Sorry. What should we do for Dr. Umar?
What should we? Can y'all hear me?
Because I thought he took it from Dr. Umar to just talking about the community as a whole.
What should we do,
brother?
I don't know.
I want to make sure.
Let me make sure.
Hold on. Hey, three people talking. Hold up, Dr. Assaw, can you please say what you said?
No, I just want to make sure I'm understanding what's being asked of me. That's all.
So are you not, when you were talking to Brother Simbi about Dr. Umar yesterday, weren't you bringing something about protecting our black women as a collective from him? Like,
yes, but also, and that's what I wanted to clarify. I was specifically speaking. If you go back, you'll see I always was trying to differentiate the collect. I'm not even just saying black women. I would say the black community, right? Because Umar has said some very aggressive and abusive things to us. He called us names. Name calling is an abusive tactic. Okay, you got what I'm trying to say? If you go online, Umar talks about us collectively.
You sound like iRobot, brother. So
Oh,
I hear him all right.
Sound like you rapping with a robot. Yeah.
Oh,
he sound regular. He sound normal.
I got him. He sound good to me.
He sound good.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, because it was breaking up. Okay.
So abuse. Okay, abuse again. It's not saying somebody beat the hell out of somebody. Abuse is not saying it's like you take advantage of somebody and to get your to accomplish what you will, right? So again, Umar talks so bad, like he say, y'all know, like even the way that he shames black people for not giving him enough money and all these type of things, and talk about black women and their hair and all these different things are abusive tactics. I'm talking about on a collective level. Somebody needs to check Umar in the things he says, and he doesn't take accountability for anything. Big Papa. When it was that women, he will call anybody, not just women, but men, anybody who critiques him, anybody who says anything, he will now deflect and that make them the issue. I'm saying on any show, when anybody asks him a question about anything, like most abusive people in individual relationships, I am saying again clearly that he does that collectively on us, which includes men and women.
Now, can I ask a follow-up, Doc? This is to you, Dr. Asar. Would it be contradictory for a post to say what we need to collectively do for women, as far as women are our purpose, and then you give him a scenario like that, and he jumps to what we like and brushes it off for individual reasons?
Let me be real honest. I'm be honest, because I respect Brother Simbi, right? I do. I respect his thought, and I just don't say that. I think Simbi, I agree. Like I'm telling you, like when I hear Simbi talk, when I hear my brother talk, I'm like, man, I know y'all probably like, look, he off. I think he be on, to be honest. Now, I did throw that example out there yesterday as a form of what we do collectively to protect our women, and I think that now from my standpoint, I think that people like Umar, not just Umar, it is our duty as black men, as it being a part of our mission as black men, to protect our women in situations like that. And I'm not going to say that, as Brother Simbi said yesterday, and I won't repeat it because I don't want to throw him under the bus like that. But what he said, he apologized for it. But what I'm saying is, at the same time, I think that, well, anyway, I'm getting my words twisted up at this point. But what I'm saying is this. That is, from my standpoint, if I forgot how he said it. I'm trying to say in the way.
He said he not gonna be Captain Save him.
Okay, I'm not gonna be Captain Save him, right? And when I am saying I am for my sisters on an individual and a collective level, I'm not saying I'm going to now go and get in between a relationship, but I will at least try to wake her up. That's what I do every day in therapy. You see what I'm saying? Sisters come here, brothers come here. I'm saying that we don't understand how the technology works when it comes to oppressive people, abusive people, getting the minds of people. And a lot of times it's easier for people who've already experienced trauma. In our community, because the high level of trauma from slavery to now, it's more easier for people to take advantage of us, including our own. And it's unacceptable for those that look like us and anybody else to take advantage of us, and we not speak out about
it. I don't disagree with y'all principally. I'm just saying, from what I observed, it just haven't put the same opinion in my mind of Dr. Umar that y'all have. So I'm not trying to defend Dr. Umar or to stop y'all from holding him accountable or whatever. I'm just simply saying I'm not seeing this man the same way that y'all are seeing him. Yes, and like I said yesterday, I think he's arrogant and he needs to be held accountable with the school and taking donations and so forth like that. But I don't understand, for myself, I don't understand how he's taking advantage of grown women. I just don't understand it.
Our community,
what y'all are talking about.
Our community.
All right, yeah, even our community. There are people who keep giving him donations. There are people who keep bringing him out to lecture and paying him. these are adults who are deciding to support this man.
They're not bringing him out anymore. He stopped. He brings himself out.
Well, I don't know. All I know, he say he going to this city, that city. These people bringing him out. I don't know. Like I'm saying, I don't study the guy like y'all do.
It does, but again, we know enough. Okay. One thing again, when we know personality, right? When people does that on a collective level, personality is personality is personality. If people can do the shenanigans that he's doing with that school in front of our faces, you must conclude that there's other things that's happening that we don't see. Now,
all right, let me ask you about the school. Okay. Now I know, he's taken a crazy amount of time to build the school. Now, does he have buildings? And I seen him, paint a gymnasium, and what he said is a school, and talk about, the Orishas and this and this and that. Now, are you saying that he doesn't have these buildings?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, so are you saying that this is all staged to scam people? Whatever these buildings, I mean, what's going on? Like,
okay,
so he's just taking donations, and he's not.
But okay,
there's no build the school at all.
There's no accountability for the money, right? One, okay, this guy has had the same margin since he's like the first year he's been collecting money. He got stuck at 800 or $1 million. He has not updated anything since. His plan first and foremost is ridiculous. I've been saying
I agree.
It's ridiculous.
I agree.
And secondly, he keeps what type of person continues to tell you every 3 months to get you a rile out of you to give him more money to say we're gonna open up in I mean, he been doing it since forever. He been doing he goes in 3-month increments. We're gonna open up in December, family, on January the 31st. That's Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday and the Earth Day. That is manipulative stuff, brother. That is called neuro-linguistic programming. You have to understand and see when a person is doing that, when they are hypnotizing people, brother. I'm sorry, Simi. What was that, y'all? What was that?
You don't know, man. That's the.
Okay. I'm not saying he's not doing that as a tactic.
It's hypnotizing, brother.
I mean,
and he can do that because black people don't have an ideology that they stand for to see that he full of crap. We don't have nothing collective to filter his actions with. We don't have nothing. We don't stand for nothing. What's the rules in our community? Everybody can come do whatever they want in our community. And if they spit some good information and package it up in a good information presentation, we think they deep.
No,
but his actions are terrible. Simbi, question for you. Is womanizing abusive to the black community? Is womanizing black women abusive behavior?
Define what you mean by womanizing.
Sleeping with them and not taking care of them afterwards. Bouncing around from leg to leg to legs.
Yeah, if you're hurting women in the process of doing that, yeah, I think that's abusive to the community.
Okay. Do you
if he's doing these series of womanizing and he's leaving women like hanging or hurting them or playing with them like that?
Let me ask you another question.
Yeah, I think that's an issue.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you another question. If you wanted to have a rendezvous with black women where you was the only man there, would that seem like womanizing behavior? A rendezvous like a retreat, a getaway.
Yeah, he said a retreat.
He said his exact words. I don't want to get his words wrong. Umar's exact words was he wants to have a retreat with the queens, with the black sisters at a secret location, nobody but Papa and the ladies.
Look,
am I lying? Hold on, am I lying?
This is true. No,
okay.
I got
okay. So did women show up? Did some women show up to that?
A womanizer. Does that seem like it fits the description of a womanizer? The Bible would say, yeah. What do you?
I don't know enough about that.
What about his children?
If women are going to this retreat, it's like what the hell is wrong with them?
That's not what I asked you, sir. This is why I have a problem talking to you sometimes, yo, because
I asked you, is that womanizing behavior? I ain't asked you nothing about what them women decide to do. I asked, is that the behavioral traits of a womanizing man? And you went to what those women are deciding. You're taking the accountability.
Because I don't know, like, all right, I didn't hear him say that.
Oh
I didn't see no advertisement. You're just telling me he planned to
hypothetically, hypothetically, brother. Hypothetically, let's change the name. Let's change the name. And I get it. I'm being like, don't say Umar.
All right.
Say somebody else.
Somebody else.
Gerald.
Yes. Brother Gerald is going on he got a poster board out that he wants to have a getaway retreat with just the black women, him and the black women. Does that seem like a womanizer, a womanizer trait?
I'll have to know what Gerald intention is.
Good night, guys.
Hold on. One. I got another one. What about when you have children out of wedlock, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can't admit that you're the problem, and you're now downing your baby mothers. They're trying to get money from you from child support and all these different things because you're not really in their lives, but you're going around the country teaching everybody else how to rear their children and how to be in relationships and all
That's
these things, but not doing none of that himself.
If that's what he's doing, that's a problem.
What about getting married? Saying he married himself. He married himself to two women. And they were just their eyes were glowing. And then he told people to compete for him. And you might have a chance with Big Papa. I might need a third wife. I don't know, but I got two right now, and then all that. And then come back later and tell people that was all staged. That was all fake.
Those women didn't know it was staged?
No. What is he doing to our community? I'm not talking about the women. See, you keep telling me we're talking about community, and I keep telling you I'm talking about community. I'm talking about the collective.
So he had a fake wedding. How was that abusing the community because the man had a fake wedding?
Hold up. It wasn't. He told us it was real until we wanted to know where his wives were.
I don't know.
Okay, the same thing like he's a virgin. He became a new virgin. He became a virgin. He was celibate. And next thing you know, he's sleeping with the conscious stripper and he telling her all types of nasty stuff on the phone, telling her all the text.
Yeah, that's clown stuff. Yeah,
huh?
that's bullshit. That's clown stuff.
Yeah.
If that's what he's doing, that's clown stuff.
It's so much.
But I mean, I'm just like, y'all telling me things that on social media that he did. I mean, I don't know, man.
So what it is? You think we making it up?
I ain't saying y'all making it up.
I'm just saying. Well,
I ain't saying he didn't do it. I'm just not all gung ho about
saving no hoes.
This particular person. I'm not gung ho about this particular person.
Part of my language, but that's what you said.
Look, I'm serious about what I said when I said that, though. Women.
Look,
I don't have that
what's wrong?
ideology that you gotta save them.
You know what's interesting? Me either. I'm about saving our people and helping saving usher our people out of harm's way.
I agree that, but y'all pinpointing the focus on one man when this is
no,
like
this is one. No. Keep remembering. I'm gonna go back again and help you out. What I said earlier is this one man. I said yesterday even that Umar is just an example. He's just an example of so many others in our community. Go back, look at the film.
Yeah.
Look at it today.
So,
I am very clear. Umar is not the only problem. And even yesterday,
y'all keep talking about Umar though.
No. Umar is an example. We can go into 19. We can go into so many other people. But what the show yesterday was about Umar and his sister. So these are examples of what's going on in our community on a macro level. So that's why Umar is getting that.
Now. Take Umar out of it or whatever. Okay, like I said, let's not deal with him. You're saying this is happening in our community on a macro level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm saying we should deal with that. We definitely should deal with that. Mm-hmm. But y'all gotta be honest too. When this topic first came up, the emphasis was about what he's doing to women. Even Kenny was emphasizing what he's doing to women.
No, Kenny was actually trying to. He was very clear. he kept saying, Brother Asar, were you not speaking to Brother Simbi's post? And when he said collectively, Kenny was clear. You understand? He was very clear. And then even yesterday, when his sister came back, I don't know what she was talking about, but she kept saying, well, we got to have compassion for Umar. When I very first started opening up, I say, I do. I understand that it's hurt and pain and trauma there. But at the same time, a hurt person, there's hurt people out in these streets who got guns. And I have empathy and compassion for them. But I will protect my house, my family, and my community against him and still have compassion for him.
All I know is this. If someone, or so even a group of people, I'm on a panel with some people, and they start talking about Dr. Asar. And they start saying some stuff that I don't know nothing about what they're saying. I don't know details. I've heard, talkings of it. I'm not going to go just because they're saying these things about Dr. Asar. I'm not going to just jump on that because, it sounds good to jump on that. You got to believe what we're saying because we're saying it. If I don't see it.
But I guarantee you ain't gonna get that with Dr. Asar because Dr. Asar, you might get some shit. Dr. Asar this or Dr. Asar that, or Brother Asar this, and he this or he think that or whatever. He could have did this better or that better. You ain't gonna have nobody come. You ain't. Even if they did, I will come on and I will talk about it. You understand? Because Dr. Asar clean. You understand? Dr. Asar been with his wife since he was 16. Dr. Asar ain't cheating on his wife. Dr. Asar got children. Dr. Asar he worked every day in the community, really in the community. Well, if they say it, let them say it, but you ain't got to agree. But at the end of the day, you ain't gonna never get anywhere near the amount of evidence that you are hearing, even if these brothers disagree with me. They might think I'm whatever, but they're never going to say those things.
Okay.
Not to that level.
And you're here right now to say that. If they said the same thing about Kenny, I'm like, look, I need to get some more information about that. I'm not just going to just sit up here and go on a crusade against Kenny. Look, I know it's a lot of negative sentiment about Dr. Umar. I mean, that's how brothers feel, but every person don't feel that way.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, Brother Simi. But I think that you don't have to do like I don't research Umar. You got what I'm saying? I don't research Umar. I can't stand looking at him. You see what I'm saying? But when you know personality, you ain't gotta know much. It's some brothers that I know in this community that you ain't gotta tell me nothing. Look, all you gotta do is look at the tactics. Every one of them got the same tactics, a different hat. All of them got a different crown. Umar got this crown on. The other brother got the crown with the star and the crescent and the moon, and then he makes it a bandana. And then the other brother does this, and it's
19 keys.
Extrapolate. But no, what I'm trying to say is, the abusive tactics are abusive tactics. 19 Keys all over the social media blown up for being a fraud. I mean, it's so many other more, but they're abusing.
I don't know that. Y'all telling me now 19 Keys is scamming?
But guess what? What I'm trying to say, you can look at them. Once your third eye is open, and
where's your discernment?
That's what I'm saying. Once your third eye is open,
so y'all telling me 19 Keys.
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy, they are a nation without understanding.
Hey, Ken, stop taking up for your husband.
So you picked up on 19 Keys with your third eye. You ain't hear nothing about them.
No,
I'm talking to Kenny. You know what you know about 19 Keys on your third eye. No, you said third eye.
Let me go with
So have you heard anything about 19 Keys to make
what I said to you? I wanted to say this before I lose this thought. What I was about to say to you is you're presenting it as if we didn't give you things out of this man's that he said out of his mouth. Like Brother Asar even moved it to hypothetical, and you still couldn't make a decision on the traits. We're talking about behavioral traits. A womanizer has behavioral traits. He stalks his prey a certain way to lure it to his den to devour it. There are traits involved with doing those tactics.
Yeah.
Okay. So I not only laid out, and I have the Bible say in the mouth of two
Please
or three
call him
witnesses,
attorney. Please call him attorney.
The mouth of two or three witnesses, let every matter be established. We got 6 black men that you should have some form of love and respect for here, attesting to he tried to set up a retreat with black women and only him. You got 5 other men that attested to it. And then you just brush it off like, oh, I'm Simbi. I don't know.
I don't know nothing. That's what y'all said.
But if we move
he
it,
set up a retreat. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know the man's intentions.
I don't know
we can negate all of that by making it a hypothetical.
I don't know of the trait. I don't know of the retreat either, but it is in line with his other characteristics.
But we got Ricardo that said he said it. We got Jabari that said he said it. We got BA that all
I'm not saying he didn't say it.
I mean, so what's going on? What's going on is with Dr. Umar is it's misdirection. You know, it's misdirection. You know what I mean? He knows he knows what to say. He knows how to, you know what I mean, make things look one way. And then, like you said, pin the attention on something else. You know what I'm saying? Why I make this disappear in this hand, make you look up here. And then the thing is really over here. You know, so when people ask him about stuff, oh, what happened to the school? Oh, what happened to this? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a Negro. We will not have any estrogen-filled people in my life. You understand me? You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of elusive.
Yeah, and that's obvious clown stuff. That's obviously clown stuff.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You know what I mean? So that's what you know what I mean? That's what people talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like
call them out as black men.
We watch a lot of, I mean,
call them out.
We watch a lot of. We watch a lot of.
That's what y'all doing. Y'all calling them out.
And we trying to recruit, but we trying to recruit a brother to help us, and you fighting us.
I don't have no interest in helping y'all to call.
He's on. You ain't got no interest in
one dude. I ain't got no interest in no Dr.
That's
Umar.
my problem with you. That's my problem with you.
I don't care if you got a problem with me.
All right, but I'm still going to say it.
Well, it's not about again. It's not about Umar. Again, it's not about.
No, you saying you have. That's your problem.
Whoa! Everybody can't talk at one time.
I don't care. I don't care if you got a problem with me based on me not trying to ride with y'all about some damn Dr. Umar. It's not that important to me, man.
It's not about Umar. It's one example.
All right, so don't we got a lot of stuff to do with black people besides Dr. Umar?
He's a big proponent to why we not going in the right direction.
Y'all giving this man too much damn power, man. He ain't got that much damn power. Y'all, I don't know.
Again, it's not about Umar. Hold up, you doing your best Umar rendition right now. You gaslighting. You gaslighting. You've been looking at him. You've been looking at him. You a gaslighter.
Y'all hilarious, man.
Hey, that was hilarious.
I don't care about no Dr. Umar.
That was the best gaslighting rendition I've seen in my life.
I don't care about no damn Dr. Umar.
But Simbi, and I got it, brother. I really, honestly, Simbi, I do respect you, right? I'm being honest, right? And the brother's coming hard, and I know I came hard yesterday. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying again, to bring it back, it's the collective, right? It's not about Umar. Umar is the example.
BA pause.
All right, so I'm for the collective. Get off. You saying that, but Kenny's stuck on the Dr. Umar thing.
Well, I think to some degree,
we gonna deal with the collective. I'm not going some old.
I think to one degree, what he's saying is Umar is one of the many. So if Umar is in the way, we have to also deal with him.
Yeah, it's a lot of him. 19 Keys, Sinetta. There's a lot of predators in our community that we should be rebuking on a daily basis.
So I don't know what you're talking about pertaining to 19 Keys. I'm not saying you're incorrect, right? So this is the first time I'm hearing
if you feel
that
like
19 Keys. Hold on, let me finish. This is the first time I'm hearing the issue with 19 Keys. I thought the brother was a righteous brother. So just because you're saying it now, I'm supposed to turn my mind. I got to investigate or something. I don't even know what you're saying about 19 Keys.
Used to measure righteousness, though.
I'm saying I don't know the details of the brother's life. I'm saying how he presents himself in the videos and the information he gives.
There should be a red flag, and that's what you're talking about.
What, 19 Keys?
Yes, when you talk about these sisters who notice the red flags, most brothers notice the red flags with people like 19 Keys and them as well. These are red flags that you're not identifying.
I didn't notice.
The brother.
First of all, I'm not.
You don't need to.
I'm not looking at the brother that deep. if the video pops up and he's saying something good, okay. I'm not trying to analyze the brother to see how righteous he is or not in his real life. I'm just saying, is he saying some beneficial information? You know,
so
as far as his mission, brother, I don't see him presenting himself a certain way, and I don't see him manipulating people. So I don't know what's happening with that.
So what we have here is an issue, right? The issue is we live in an age where technology, social media is a thing. It is a thing. So when you have certain individuals that has a large amount of following, then they are not, you have to look at them in a different light. Period. Whether good or bad, you have to hold them in a certain way because they are reaching millions of people when they talk. You know what I'm saying? So you should look at them. You have to use your third eye. You have to look at them with the lens, saying, is this brother really what he say he is? Because he's reaching out. We have to use our discernment for that. So you're saying that you're not picking up on these cues when you do look at them. Then we're looking at you sideways now. Not saying that you're doing anything wrong. Not saying that you're a bad brother. But we're saying that you're not looking at this stuff in a certain way. Why aren't you seeing this? That's our issue.
I will say this, but I will say this about the 19 keys thing. You know what I'm saying? The 19 keys, I mean, if you don't know a lot about the 19 keys thing, that's not overly saturated in the market. I mean, he's out there, but not like Umar Johnson. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, you could just have, because I don't know a whole lot about.
But I think the difference, brother,
I don't know a lot about 19 keys.
You're right. But that's not what
I'm saying is, but Umar is saturated.
But that's not what they're talking about
all day long. You know what I'm saying? So that's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not what they're saying, though. That's not what they're saying, though.
No. But what I'm saying is,
I got what you're saying.
What I was saying is that I could see how that he is. Like, if he's scrolling through the internet and you see a clip of 19 keys, he got some good shows. You know what I'm saying? Like when you actually look at who he got on there, some of the guests.
But what they're saying though, Jabari, is even in those few clips that you see of him, there's traits that you can identify once you. I'm being a little facetious with the third eye thing, but once your third eye is open, you can identify these traits, and then the flag goes up. Let me explore a little bit more about whether this person is a good fit for my community.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I
don't follow 19
right away.
Keys.
Me either.
I don't study 19 keys.
Me either. I don't know.
All I see him is some dude on YouTube that says some good stuff, makes some good videos. So what cues am I missing that I should have seen in 19 keys?
19 keys sound like anybody a lot of guys coming out of the Nation of Islam. He could be like, you know, like people that come out of the Nation of Gods on Earth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so
you gotta look at his business endeavors without community.
But I don't even know.
You said certain cues.
Yeah,
what cues did I miss that I'm supposed to see about 19?
He call it subconscious. That's a cue right there. Most people in the conscious community, especially on YouTube, people don't want to admit it. They con artists. So if he lead with a whole lot of consciousness, he probably a fraud.
Hold up, but
you need to assume so until you prove that he not.
Like they say, what about Charleston? What about Charleston White now?
He's not conscious.
You know what I mean?
Don't move the goalposts. We talking about 19
No. Because we was talking about Umar, the 19 keys. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, what about Charleston? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? How
he don't call himself conscious for one.
Let me give you one. I'm sorry.
He is not finessing black people out of their money like 19 keys and Umar is.
Let me give you one. Fact. A sense. Okay, let me give you some. Okay. One major thing is grandiosity, right? That's a major factor right there. A sense of self-importance, right? I'm special. What I'm saying is just okay.
Giving you traits of these people that we should look out for. A grandiose persona like the Prince of Pan African. I'm the King Kong consciousness.
Or 19 keys. He's an architect of minds.
Architect of minds. Like we don't even know what ideology you carry. How the hell you an architect of minds? That's a trick right there.
What has he done against the people that talk? What is he? What is he doing?
He did a crypto scam on a black senior citizen.
And built Yeah, and was supposed to build a city that they took everybody money, that little town down in Georgia, and never happened. But people lost their money. It's so many things.
Yeah,
he come up there with this gold chain.
Talking about they fight off 5G radiation.
Yeah, absolutely. And these crowns, yes, the crowns that he sold with all that money. This can give you special powers. And then the whole chain that he got. I'm bringing this chain to show you how many carat gold this is. You want to weigh it and see how much money.
And not to mention the BWO.
So it's so many things, you know what I'm saying?
And Brother Ben got caught up in that too.
And I don't want us to get caught up on these are individuals, right? That many people do this. And what I'm saying, these traits are they are noticeable once you pick up on them. And this is what I teach women and men. So like you said, we got to do the work. I teach both, especially women. I teach women and men how to pick up on these things so they won't continuously get back in abusive and relationships. And I am saying these people have an abusive relationship with our community. They take our money, they take our time, they take our resources, they take our energy. They even burn us to a point where we won't trust people that are really out here willing to do some real work. So we got to look at it.
It's a lot of brother police out there.
As a collective, if we don't call it out and press them dudes, then we lacking leadership right there.
If we as black men won't press these dudes for these faulty ideologies that they pushing, then we weak black men. If we won't press them,
we don't even got no business talk about collective no more then.
Yeah, if we ain't willing to do that, this whole collective thing, just throw it out.
Throw it away.
Because we ain't even serious. We ain't even serious about it. That's what I keep trying to say. If we not about getting aligned with each other and getting in the same mind as each other, then you ain't about building the black community. Just stop talking about it. If you think that you can get together and everybody can do their own thing and you still got a community and you still got unity, you faking yourself. And that's weak manhood thinking.
What's this you yelled yesterday?
So I agree. So I agree with some of the stuff you're saying, Kenny. But I just don't think we all gotta be Hebrews.
We not going all get
that's
there.
all I'm saying.
But
that's all I'm saying.
Something.
I don't think we got. I don't think
19 Keys don't push an ideology. He not telling them, look, guys, this is what you use in your family. If we going to keep talking about the family structure off, the brotherhood is off, well, where y'all pointing black people to go to fix it? And it can't just be to a book. It can't be just to a book unless the book got rules in it. If the book got rules for these things in it, then you need to consult it. And I mean, where do we go?
19 Keys. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about him, but his whole thing is he try to lead people to the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying?
No, he don't. 19 Keys has stolen from the nation.
He's using the Nation of
Islam. What I'm saying is that all his swag, everything he do from the crown and everything he do, you know what I'm saying? He was in the Nation of Islam, and so his whole thing
his
is
father was in it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Jabari, this ain't gonna work, because you're trying to basically say it's not.
Listen, all I'm saying is, at least at the end of the day, somewhat, you know what I'm saying? He trying to represent Islam, you know what I mean?
Somewhat.
No. You don't listen to him enough to not
down.
You don't listen to him enough to say that,
just deal with everybody else is
arguing
with that. You just gave him a way out.
You literally hard with that.
Yes, you did. We just heard examples of him scamming people. We literally just heard that. We literally just heard multiple people say he scammed the community. And here you go, as you normally do with certain people, you gave him a way out. At least he's doing. No, there is no at least. There is no buts. There is no ifs. He's
scamming.
He needs to be away from the community. People say the same shit about Brother Polite, and we see what he ended up doing. Sanetta, the same person. All the same
people. All the same people.
All.
And Jabari, I told him about every last one of them, brother. BA, I told him every last one of those people you just named. I told Jabari about them back in the day, and he would have to admit it.
And because my bad. Go ahead, sir.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
And guess what the common thread that everybody BA just named? They ain't got no ideology they pushing you to say, here's the rules, and you can hold me accountable with this. Niggas just winging it. We don't need black people just winging it no more. We need rules.
But those people were a part of ideology. You know what I mean? So you
can't win the day's game.
some of these people was part of organizations, then y'all, and some of y'all ain't never been a part of no organization like that.
I got
you know what I mean?
No.
When you say Sarnetta, when you say Sarnetta, you know what I'm saying? I happen to know that he was a part of with the
he's still but that don't make him no less a con artist.
Black Panther Party with Dr. Khaled Abdul Muhammad. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
All of that's forfeited. All that's forfeited.
Which
as soon as he lead an organization, none of that matters no more.
So, do y'all have a list of all of these people that we supposed to be, chopping their heads off?
Go look at JT the Pocket Watcher. Go look at JT the Pocket Watcher.
It's a whole bunch of them.
If you ever want to know if
it's a whole bunch of them, we could be on here all night
because we care about our people to warn them away from these people.
So y'all want to put energy into going at these dudes.
It's called
that's what y'all want to do.
No. Nobody's going at them. Literally, what's going on is we're making people aware of certain traits, and and another trait is I have the answer, and all of them have the answer. When you
but what y'all should be saying is this: what y'all should be saying about a lot of the people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying, all right, yo, this person did this person did that. A lot of times when people put out information and facts out there, you say go research and go find. So we come back here and we had this conversation, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I mean, Simbi can have a chance to go and research and do some stuff on at least 19 keys.
We gave you specifics on 19.
I'm just saying, in general, some of the names that was thrown out there, you know what I'm saying, because y'all like somebody coming with, yo, he did this, he did that, and then you would have to go and investigate and have to go look at it. That's all I'm saying. Let him give him a chance to go look at it before you say something that. All I'm saying, we just probably like with the Umar thing, everybody know that Umar is like overly saturated
because he's been around the longest.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's been around, but he's overly saturated. You know what I'm saying? And we watch him. He do what he do every day. He in our face. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these other people, like 19 Keys, you rarely ever even hear them.
I am not putting my energy
like that.
I am not putting my energy into researching.
You don't
have artists and community,
but you don't have to do
that.
You don't have to.
Y'all can do that,
but you don't have to.
That means we gotta collect.
What I'm saying is, I don't think you have to, brother Simbi.
Everybody in the collective don't got to do everything.
But brother Simbi, I don't think you have to, right? I don't think you have to, and I don't do it either. What I'm saying is, though, the thing is, though, I think we can do ourselves a service to identify certain traits. Right, and I agree, and when we learn to identify these certain traits, we ain't gotta look at much more. And I'm being real honest with you. I didn't have to look at. Jabari has to be honest. How many people have I warned him about? I mean, I don't know how many people in the shop. How many of y'all been in the shop for all these years that I've come in and I said things about the way back to now. And every last one of them that I said something about, they either getting locked up, about to get locked up, or they're getting exposed.
I definitely will be honest. You know what I mean? To say that there's 3 people that he definitely talked about back in the day that definitely wound up being, in the whole scamming category. I would definitely say that. He definitely said that because I know some of the people, and the thing with that I would say with Asar is most of the time that he's saying that what he don't say is that he has dealt with these people, like he's dealt with them and did business with them. You know what I'm saying? So
and I counsel them.
So if he talk about Brother Polite, it's because he did some business with Brother Polite too. You know what I'm saying? And he was a part of that whole thing. You know what I mean? So most of the people that he talking about, he has definitely done some things with. You know what I mean? So he, you know what I mean? So I would say that to some of those people, he definitely did put the word out there and say that.
Yeah. And you counsel them every day. When you counsel people, you begin to understand personalities, and you begin to see why we having so many problems in our relationships. When you understand personality traits, just go and look at the big 5. You understand? I know we're into a lot of things, but I'm saying just add something else to all the things. It's about evolution. Look up the big 5 traits. Look up the traits of narcissists. Look up the traits of borderline personality disorder. Look up these things. I'm not saying go ahead diagnosing people, of course, but what I am going to say is when people have personality disorders, they will cause all types of dysfunction in people's lives.
But hey, let's end.
That makes sense.
Let's end off with us too, because I don't know if y'all know we've been in this joint for like 3 hours. I'm just looking at the.
Tell Kenda. Can I speak to Kenda real quick? Mama Kenda, don't be mad. As you know, I'm going to let you know. I just want to remind that I said 1,000 times that I really respect my brother Simbi, and I do. You understand? It's just this one piece right here. This one thing right here when it comes to these personality traits. I don't think his system equates for it. But all these the systems that he has is, and I'm talking especially when it comes to men and women, is very strong. I agree with even his definition there, although I can disagree with it. Even I think he did a good job of holding down the thing. But I also think that you can shift the purpose and it still accomplish the same thing. But nonetheless, I agree with him holistically.
Can I say something, brothers?
Just
Look, I am a very trusting person. I'm a very trusting person, and sometimes to a fault. I always try to look at the best in people and the positive, because I don't like focusing on the negative. And sometimes I might be incorrect about someone. Sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes it may be at a fault. So I will take into consideration the things that you brothers are saying. I just don't come through the internet, paying attention to people, doing scans and stuff, unless it's outright and it's been in there real heavy. Now, this is the first I'm hearing about the 19 keys thing. So I'm not saying you brothers are incorrect. Kenny, I got love for you, brother. I like Kenny, man. I like Kenny. You're a good dude. And I got love for all of y'all brothers. And look, we ain't got to agree on everything. And just because I may not agree on some points, don't mean that, it's the end of the world and, we can't have unity because we don't agree on, every single thing. And like I'm saying, I'm not such a rigid person that my mind can't be changed, but I'm just not going to just change my mind like instantly because somebody's saying something different. I'm going to have to reflect on it and I'm going to have to look at it. But that's one thing that I will do. And Jabari knows I'm always reflecting on myself and looking back and see how things went. Just like yesterday when I started yelling back at or saw, I was like, okay, that's not the best way. Maybe I should
men yell at each other sometimes.
And it wasn't back though. I'm gonna say it wasn't back because I wasn't speaking to you.
Right, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I was speaking to the situation.
I know, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I was, believe it or not, laughing at myself internally when I was doing it. I knew it was ridiculous. But anyway,
I laughed too. I know it was
funny. I appreciate you, brothers. And I'm gonna take in consideration, the things that y'all said, and just like with the simping thing, it was meant as a troll. I think brothers took it the wrong way. Saying my little feelings did get hurt when brothers started thinking that I was a simp. I was like, nah, y'all missing the point. I'm not no motherfucking simp. You can't find no woman on this planet call me a simp.
You ain't like that.
As I've had with women.
Ain't like that.
What'd you say?
I said Simbi ain't like that.
Nah, so that didn't land too well. I wasn't even coming at y'all in the barbershop. I hope y'all don't think I was coming at y'all. I saw a lot of brothers on the internet, like I think they was overreaching. Like any brother say anything positive, about a black woman, it seemed like certain brothers was calling him a simp. I was like, I ain't going too far with that. So now we can't respect the sisters. So that's when I started, doing that trolling thing about the simp thing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel y'all took that the wrong way, but that's all good. That's all good.
Simp is a controversial topic in the YouTube world. It's a controversial word.
No, not right now.
What does it mean though?
Hold up before y'all.
We can't get into that now, yo. We can't get
before y'all go further. There's next week with content.
Yeah.
These guys got a way of drawing you in. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's why I really, man, I wanted to bring conscious heads to the world, really, because you just get all different views. You know what I mean? And we need them. It's a lot of information and discussion. This is what we do. What we doing right now, right here. This is what we do. Except for we got clippers in our hand and we cutting, and we got scissors and all kinds of them brushes and all in our hand while we laughing, while we joking, while we going hard, while we getting emotional. All of that. That's what we do in conscious Pause, man. God, you know what I mean? Like,
it was DA. You right, yo. That was borderline, yo. He was catering right there, yo.
Hey, look, what's up, my man David Miller in the building? You know what I mean? Sister Kenyeme in the building.
Peace,
we had a lot of people riding with us tonight, you know, inside the conversation, y'all. But look, we be back next week, 8:30, with more discussions, more people from the community. We're gonna keep on building, y'all. Thanks for joining us, and peace.
Peace and power, family.
Peace.